back
Hellos.
with Sailor for Stardew.
Yeah.
We
So excited.
have Pilot on the way. She's still crawling out of the crawling out of the airplane. She'll be here soon.
Yeah. We made a path for her.
Yeah. There was a bit of a crash yesterday on the farm. She's crawling out. She'll be here.
Yeah. She's like, give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'll be there.
Hello, Elias. Welcome. Thank you for redeeming your daily tulip. Let me load up Stardew, because Stardew does not like it when I load it up before I start the stream. Alrighty. So we're in summer now, right? Yeah. Summer?
Mm-hmm.
Day 2 or 3, probably.
Something like
We'll
that.
find out. Day 3, apparently. Okay.
Sweet.
Switch to this. Hope it doesn't crash. And it's alive. Yay!
Yeah. Yay! We figured out the OBS problem.
You just have to do it in an inconvenient way, and it'll work.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I have an update for your chat too. From the last time we played, I think it was brought up that I sit in a dining chair. I am
Oh,
now upgraded
yes.
from that dining chair.
We have updates on Sailor's chair.
Oh my god. I posted that on Twitter and Jay was like, "You were sitting in a dining chair?"
Oh, I got the
Ah.
cave.
Ooh, nice. Sweet.
Mushroom or bat?
Mushroom, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
We also got the shorts quest.
What? The shorts.
The shorts quest.
The shorts.
Yeah.
Discreetly. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Lewis.
We're not gonna put it like right in the center of our fair display.
We have so many things to water.
Oh, I know. I find it funny that you go down.
Yeah, I do like a rectangle. I go down and then I go either left or right and box it in.
Yeah. Interesting to
Little
see the different ways that
chunks.
people water things.
It tells a lot about your inner world.
I guess. I don't know, does mine read that I'm an architect or used to be an architect or studied it?
Oh, I ran out of water. I don't even remember what we planted.
Mostly a bunch of blueberries and then the rest of the crops. And then we have corn and hops at the top for just collecting for artesian. Well, hops is for like beer and artesian stuff. Corn goes
Got
into the next
everything.
seasons. Yeah. It's a little mixed matched, but I tried to kind of keep it together. Oh, we have a star fruit planted too.
Yeah, we have one of them here. The other one is still in the museum.
Yeah.
Let me fill my watering can. I also have 30 summer seeds, but I feel like
We can save those for
right
later.
now, yeah, it isn't a good time to be
No.
planting that.
No.
Okay. Did you check on the chickens?
Yes.
Hello, chickens. Are you Gretchen? Yes. Hello, Gretchen.
What do I want to do today?
I don't remember what I was doing as usual. I went fishing, I guess, because I have like my fishing rod, but I don't remember if we needed anything in specific.
We can probably do the silo.
What do we need for that right now?
We have the copper and the clay for it, and the $100.
Oh, we just have to go there then.
Yeah, I'll run up there and get it since I'm already on the way.
Alright.
I'll stop by the community center too, because we did have the crab that I think finishes off one of the fish bundles, and then the winter root too that does need to be turned in.
Oh, let me check on the mushroom cave actually. I don't know where the cave is on this farm. Let
Straight
me
down
find the cave.
in
Straight
like the
down.
bottom
Right
right corner.
side? Alright,
Uh-huh.
let's see.
No.
That is not a cave.
Oh, I don't have the stone on me. Oops. Stay there, Robin. Don't go anywhere.
It's so hard to catch Robin and Marnie. Those
Oh yeah,
two.
Marnie is like the most elusive person
Oh,
besides Leah. It's funny. My best friend from back home, I'm playing Stardew with her too, because she likes to play games with other people and stuff.
yeah.
And it was one of the easiest games that I can think of for us to play together. And once she found out about the whole shorts thing, she is like adamant at making Barney her friend, and she will literally sit outside her front door until the door opens. It's hilarious. She's like, "Well, I'm gonna go see my friend." I'm like, "Uh-huh." You'll see her just run off with like a crystal quartz or some kind of flower or something. You're just like, "Yep, we know who she's going to go see."
I think I'm lost. So that's fun.
Follow that far right wall down.
Far right wall. Okay.
Yeah.
I went in a circle, but I feel like I'm missing like the left half of the farm. Oh, there's the cave.
There you go.
Yay! Oh, what is this? I don't remember this. What
Oh,
are
what
you?
is that?
I don't know. I can punch
I
it.
have no.
I
I
have
wonder if
no idea
there's
what
just
that is.
maybe it has a key or something like that. Interesting.
Okay, I wasted my entire day looking for the cave. So let's go fishing.
Where do I want to put this?
Oh, I got a warp totem. Oh, the silo.
Yeah. I can put it like right next to the like right in between the fence and the greenhouse.
The fence and the greenhouse. Where is our greenhouse?
Right
Is it
next to
towards
the chicken
the
coop.
left of the coop? Okay.
Yeah. Like
Like
basically right where
here?
you're standing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that could work.
It's funny watching
Oh,
you walk around on my screen.
I I just watched the like fence thingy pop up as I was walking off.
Fantastic.
Oh,
I was like, I wonder if she'll actually pop up on my screen. Yep, there you go.
let me see if we need any specific fish. I don't think we can get a tiger trout. Can we actually?
um, Tiger trout, I don't think so.
We can't get a red snapper. I don't
Tiger
think we
trout we
can
can
get a
catch again in
starfish.
winter.
I think we've
Actually, tiger. I'm sorry. You go.
I think we've got every fish we can like catch in the current season.
I think I put tiger trout underneath the wrong season because it says fall and winter here. And I think I had it underneath spring.
Ooh. Well,
Oh well. We were trying really early. um, what I have written down here is we can go for the sunfish and the shad, which I think we already have for the
we
river.
have those too.
There's For the lake, there's largemouth bass, carp, bullhead, and sturgeon. Sturgeon, I know for a fact, isn't in any other seasons. And then the ocean has tuna, red snapper, and tilapia. And then there's bream at night.
We
I just
get
ate that.
tilapia. You. We only need we're almost done with the fishing bundle. I think we just need to wait for fall and winter.
Yeah.
Oh, what is this? Jack be nimble, Jack be thick. Gain one
What?
defense. I don't know. I got a book by digging the sand. I don't know.
Well, if you read it, you get 8 or plus defense. I
Should
guess
I
that
read
means
it?
that it looks like it. Oh,
Hi, Leia. I
you
didn't
can
know
if you
you
want
came
to.
over here.
Refined quartz. Okay.
Hello, May. Welcome. May is also part of the cozy cold, everybody.
Ooh, nice to
We're
meet you,
doing
May. Hello.
good. How about you?
Yeah.
How are you doing? Can I pick this up? Yes. Um, I think I want to fish here. I guess we
Okay,
can
now
just sell whatever I fish.
yeah,
Come on. I normally never fish by like the shore. I always go to
the
like,
docks and stuff.
yeah, the docks.
Yeah.
But let's try our luck here.
Yeah. I need to find Haley.
Haley?
Yeah.
I have not seen Haley.
You know what? I bet you she's either at the bar or she's at home.
I don't think she goes to the bar.
Maybe. Where's the shot? Oh, look, it's Marnie. I should have brought her crystal quartz so we can get the shorts.
We'll get him. We'll
I
get
think
the
we need like 2
shorts.
hearts. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Those darn shorts.
Fishies.
It's locked now. Well, shoot. I guess I'll go fishing now.
I'm not having good luck with the fish.
Oh.
I've got like one halibut, I think. Is it? Yeah. I've got one halibut and that's it.
You know what? I should actually go get that bream. Because the breams are easy to catch.
I think we have bring for the community center though.
Do we?
Yeah. I checked a second ago. We have pretty much everything for
Oh.
every category. We're missing one each, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get it. We can make money today then. Go for that 6K that we need for the barn.
I have caught soggy newspaper, broken CD, driftwood, seaweed, and one halibut.
Oh. Oh. Sag.
uh,
Maybe the short isn't where it is.
maybe. Maybe. Oh, yeah. There's another seaweed. I think there was a reason I was fishing at the docks.
I
Hope
do
Stardew's
think
going
Stardew has
well.
at least
It
been going
is.
well. Yeah,
Yeah. It's been going good. You're good. I can never type. Like,
same.
never. I didn't
I was using,
realize my typos either, so it just makes things confusing for everyone.
yeah.
Do you think I can catch at least one more fish before I head back?
Mm, yes.
Why now? Nothing's biting. I got a fish.
Yay.
I got 2 fish today. Are you proud of me?
Yes. The fish master is proud. I don't know.
Thank you.
My friend was like, fish mistress? And I'm like, that's not a good word. No.
That is no, yeah. Oh, I gotta get back. Come on. It can go a little faster.
Made it.
I'm here. I'm at my door. Yay. I don't pass out. Not today.
Perfect.
Ooh,
We'd
level 2
live another day.
foraging. We can't make preserve jars yet, right?
I don't remember. I don't think we've gotten the recipe for it.
Let me check. I don't think we have either. Oh no! I do
Oh,
have
we
the
can.
recipe for it.
Sweet. I do have pretty much all of the stone on me. So let me go put that back.
This goes in here. Actually, this, yeah. You go in there. And then you go in there. Oh,
Oh,
let me use this book. How do I, how do you, oh,
you just
nice.
like read it. I need.
Need wood, stone, coal.
Oh, we forgot to close the chickens in last night. It's fine.
Oh.
Honestly, it just lets them like love you more or quicker. So I'm like, eh. Half the time I just leave the door open like I usually do.
I've got like 3 hearts with them. I think
I think
that's
the door could
enough
be left
love.
open. Yeah.
Where should I put the preserve jars?
Um, I normally put it like in the house, but I don't know if you want to put it outside or not, where you want to put it. You could put it probably
I was
along
looking for like a
here.
place near the crops, but we
Yeah.
don't
Oh.
really have empty space.
Put it here then. You can put it up
Here?
against here. That'd probably be a good
There we
spot.
go.
Yeah.
There we go. Let me put these back. That's the wood. That's the coal and the stones. Good chickens.
Luna, you're tickling my foot with your tail.
Oh.
She's laying right next to me.
Oh, this is so stupid. I still have the silo
Oh,
quest.
it's because I built it.
That's so stupid.
It is very dumb. I think one of mine is feeding. Hold on. We have to wait until she finishes it because I still have it too.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, she hasn't done. She isn't done yet.
Should I fish or go mine? You know what? We fished. Let's mine.
Yeah.
Oh, let me also check. Oh, wait, I forgot about the crops. You're on your own, just going across the entire field.
I mean, I was just chilling too, like just banging through it.
Oh, yeah, we got crops. We got little plant babies to take care of.
Maybe these will live longer than the egg. I feel like watching you and Pilot play Cult of the Lamb multiplayer would be hilarious, but I think it's only couch co-op.
Yeah, it's couch co-op right now, but if they ever like make it online, I would
Yeah,
love to do that if Pilot's interested.
absolutely. You think you guys can try to raise another egg?
Yeah, we can try. I don't know if we can succeed, but we can try.
Oh, it'd be fantastic.
We'll do our best.
Okay. I think I will also go mining. Because why not? I can try to
Nice.
pick up that ghost fish too.
I think I got one.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Let me get the
Uh,
mushrooms. Oh, we don't have. Huh? Um, the the pot thingies for the mushrooms are jiggling.
they do that. That's normal.
Okay. Okay.
I promise that's normal. They're growing.
Okay. Oh, also there was like a earthquake when we last like played.
Yeah, we got the
What
spa.
is that? Oh.
Also, remember to bring some food.
Oh, I did not bring food. I think there's a reason that egg died.
It was funny just to look over and watch you just stop right in your step and then turn around. Okay, Haley, where are you at, girl?
I don't know what I want to eat.
You can probably pick about. Oops. You can probably pick just about anything. I picked some from the like crops thing.
Do I need anything else? I don't think so. Might be smart to bring a hoe, but
Eh, I got one.
nah.
I don't know where this girl is at. She might not be getting her refined quartz.
Are you looking for Marnie?
No, Haley.
Uh,
Do
we
do
have.
do 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 do
Yeah, we do.
do do.
Got grapes now.
Yeah, a singular grape.
There's a lot of grapes actually around here. Yeah, Abigail, you look like a grape too.
Boots.
I don't know if grapes grow towards the left side. Let me check, anyways. Yeah, no. Oh,
I got a, I got a wood mallet. Thanks,
nice.
game. I got a wooden super sledge. People play
Wow.
whatever it's called. Fallout.
I misclicked. We're at 50.
hmm
Wow.
We're halfway there. Oh, da, 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 da.
Why am I don't need to break every rock I see.
Just instinct while looking for the stairs.
Just any rock you see, go boom, boom, boom.
I think I heard a pilot.
Pilot?
Hello.
Hi, pilot!
Hello. You
Oh my
finally got
gosh.
out of the airplane?
Yay!
Oh yeah. Finally made it out.
She made it.
Oh no. Maybe you should check your stream really quick.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, pilot! Pilot,
Wait,
no!
what?
Reactives look.
I got this. I got this. Okay.
Together, we make one whole as halves.
Yes. I don't know what they call us. I hear they called us a VTuber.
Oh, oh, bat. Oh, bat. The game should automatically give Pilot a
How?
house. But if it
Hopefully.
doesn't, I think we should be able to build one for
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I know for a
Oh,
fact we
hi,
have the
Slime.
money for it because I think it's just 100G.
Yeah, I don't think it's too hard.
Ooh. Okay, there's nothing down here. I'm going down.
Alrighty.
How are you, Pilot?
I am good. I'm running on 3 hours of sleep, so if I like space out, I'm listening, or I just spaced out. So I'm
It's
not
alright.
ignoring you. I promise.
Oh man, it's alright. I think you and
It's
Mimi are in the
all
same boat.
good. Yeah. We're on the same boat today. I used my brain power for the day. I don't have anything in there.
That's so weird. Oh my gosh, Mimi, your little melting Fuji tech is so cute.
Oh,
That is what I feel right now. That is how I feel. Oh,
I know
got a
that
ladder.
feeling all too well. Oh no,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I think I got kicked. I think it was just the game.
We
Oh, was
tried?
it because I'm trying to join?
No, I think it might have been maybe on my side. It happens sometimes.
I am all alone with a ghost.
Let's see, where does it put me?
Oh,
Okay.
you're not here. Oh,
I
you
am.
are here.
I need to eat.
I'm doing 1 damage to this ghost, so it's going great.
Oh. Yeah, honestly, I hate the
Ah!
ghosts. They're really annoying to deal with. Right into me.
We can. Oh my god, we can play like volleyball with the ghost. Can we even kill this right now?
We can. He just takes forever.
I don't think he wants to die. Well, he's technically already dead, right? I don't know. That
Yeah,
ghost's
technically.
dead.
Honestly,
Oh,
I don't think we're gonna get
it
very much.
died. Oh,
Sweet, you got a solar
let's
assets.
go back because it is 11. Oh no,
Yeah.
I'm getting chased. Uh-oh. Ouch. I'm stuck.
Run! Run, Forest!
Oh. Okay. Let's rush back.
It shouldn't be too bad. We should make it. I leave the mines at like midnight most of the time.
Midnight?
Yeah. You have
I
time to
leave
make
at
it
like
back.
10.
Oh,
Oh, it says no available cabins.
okay.
Oh, okay. Let's make a cabin for you then.
Yeah. You have to catch
Make
Robin.
a cabin for you. Does it like instantly build, I wonder? Or.
From what I read, it should instantly build it, yes.
Okay. We can just
Which
do
we
that
should have
immediately
enough.
then.
Yeah, we should have enough spots. Question is who has to do it?
Does it need like materials?
I don't think so.
I'll go.
I think it's just $100.
Alright, let me go up to Robin. See if she'll give us a cabin.
Yeah, it's just 100G. And then just, I guess, wherever you find space for it, close to the farm.
Already down here. And then
I should have thought about that
Robin.
whenever we made it.
Oh. Oh, we gotta wait until 9 a.m.
To stalk her door. You could fish by her house if you want to.
I'll just wait at her door.
Just banging
I'll
on it.
wait.
Robin!
I'll stare in through the little window she has on the door.
Just staring. She gets up in the morning, walks over to her little, like, cashier stand, and she's just like, I feel like something is staring at me. Looks up. Oh.
Oh, my cat's meowing for the door. I'll get that. Well, we
Oh.
wait for this.
No problem. Feels so weird. I had to get my wedding band resized, and now I don't have it, so I feel naked without it.
Come on, Robin, you don't have to sleep this much.
But
Sailor, do you wear it to sleep too?
my wedding band, yes. My engagement, no.
Impressive. Oh, you wear them separately. Nice. So you didn't like
Yeah.
what do people do? Fuse it.
Mm-mm.
I heard some people do that. Yeah.
My wedding band's
Man.
actually a ring I got from my grandmother, so I've had it for like since 2011, I think. And I've never taken it off.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
That's so cute though. It's from your grandma. Was that her wedding band too?
I don't know. My mom just said that she used to always wear it. So whenever she passed, I managed to get a hold of it, and I was like, this is gonna be my wedding band eventually.
Got it.
Probably saved a couple $100 on a second ring.
Yeah. Yeah. That's smart.
Yeah.
Where do we put Pilot's little cabin? Pilot, where do you want to be?
Anywhere is good with me. Probably in some corner somewhere. Ooh, can I
Corner?
play right next to that cabin?
This
Or is it
one?
not allowed?
We can put it here. But then we need to rework this area to like have a path through here, but we could fix that.
Oh, right, that
Yeah.
goes up. Yeah, let's not. Okay, you're gonna put me underneath.
Yeah, there's like spots down here, and then there's spots right below the field too that would fit pretty nicely and still be
We
close.
got like here. We got that. There's a well there. Let's not put you there actually. We got like this spot, and then we got we don't have any other spot. We have very like far places.
Yeah, let's put it there.
Okay. Should I align you with Sailor's house maybe? So like right down. Like right here. Yay!
Sounds good to me. Woohoo!
That was funny just to watch
It's
materialize.
so funny to see it.
But yeah, we have a cabin now. Oh.
Right. I will try to join. Boop boop boop. Okay, and I think I'm gonna try to start my stream now.
Yeah,
Okay.
go
To the
ahead.
thing, so yay!
Hi, Shroom.
How you doing?
Hi, everyone.
Pew, pew. Pew, 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 pew. I don't think I'm getting that that other starfruit. Do, 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 do. Think I might go down to the mines for fun.
Mines? Yeah, I think I'll join you. I
Yeah.
don't think Pilot's in yet.
No. Oops, I just watered the chest inside of my house.
Oh.
Which reminds me of another really funny moment in Link's Awakening, I think. If you've played any of those games, if you go up to a chest, like a dresser, um, it will say that that's a nice chest. And that's it.
Oh, we got Pilot in the game.
Yay! I'm glad that
Yeah,
worked.
I'm making my farmer right now.
Yay! I'm so
Take your
happy it worked.
time.
Same.
Oh, stupid.
What? Did you forget food?
I went down the ladder and there was like a rock blocking my way, so I broke the rock. And there's another ladder, so
Oh.
I can't move anymore.
Well, go down the ladder.
No game on screen. Yeah, I'm trying to fix that. I don't know why it's not showing up. Give me just a sec.
Sometimes OBS throws hands. You have
Yeah,
to like
still
tell it to do
real.
it again.
Why does it
I
think my
got
screen
the
is
ladder.
humongous? Come on, OBS. Let's
OBS
go.
hates Stardew. OBS does not like Stardew.
It did it to you too?
It does this thing where whenever I switch scenes, it just crashes Stardew for no reason.
Oh my goodness. That's weird. Oh, I think that's it. I just gotta bring it down now. I just had to make a whole new game capture.
Oh, yeah. I've had to do that too.
There it goes. Ooh.
Oh, there's another mortal ghost. Hi.
Yeah.
Hello, Faith. How are you? I hope it's all showing up now. Mm,
Is there anything
So
we can break? Oh,
so earlier Mimi found a book that was called Jack is Nimble, Jack is Thick, I think. Is what
yeah.
it was called. So I'm like, is that the lore for Jack now?
that's amazing.
It was a +1 defense book.
My gosh, so many bats.
I hate this ghost.
Oh, Shroom, I missed your message. I'm so sorry. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Oh, oops. I am
Okay.
also doing well. Today was a very, very nice day. Yes, and there's a ladder.
Ladder? Ladder.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Why are there so many ghosts?
I kind of like this one. Yeah, I'm going for that one. I'm in.
Yay!
Nice.
Woohoo!
We have succeeded in getting the pilot out of the plane crash.
Oh, thank you for saving
Yay.
me, guys.
Now you must farm with us forever. Kidding.
Okay, it just disappeared. Let me just make another capture. Here it goes. I just want it to be windowed so I can see my chat. But yeah, how far are you guys in? Have you guys claimed a love interest?
No, I have not. I don't
I'm
know
not
about Mimi.
either. I have not. I have fished, and that's about it.
Honestly, best part of the game.
Yes, the fishing is the best. I do also enjoy fishing as the fish master. If I were to pick one, I'd probably go for Sam, I guess. I was going for Sam last time I played. I never really made it. Oops.
This
I'll move it down.
time.
Yeah.
Oh, it's almost night. Maybe I shouldn't be completely out. Hehe.
You got time.
You're right, you're right.
Did it give you like a sword and stuff, Pilot?
No, not yet. I think I gotta go see people for that.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to go through the quest then.
Yeah. It's really dumb that the quests aren't mutual in that fashion, but also
Yeah.
kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Pilot, which questionable suitor are you picking? I think I missed it. Oh my gosh, Elmo, you know. You know who I'm gonna pick. It's probably gonna be Haley.
Ooh. I was trying to track her down to give her some quartz that she wanted. Couldn't find her.
Perfect emoji. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, is this my like cat? Do they have a hat? I don't
Yeah.
think I
Yes.
named my cat. That's so cute though. Wait, is
Your
it our
cat
cat?
has a hat. Yeah.
Yes. What's
I don't
its
remember.
name?
I don't
I don't
remember. What did we
remember.
name the cat? Wait.
Wait, let me
Wait.
let me
It's
look.
Oh no.
Miso
Oh no.
apparently. Oh, we couldn't
Oh
change
no.
the name. I'm leaving. Bye-bye, Sailor.
I'll
I
stay back and
ditched Sailor in the main.
thanks. I need to not die.
We have Gretchen the chicken, and then Hilda the chicken, and
Oh, please give me
Miso
that
the
chick.
cat that
Yes.
we forgot to name. So
Yeah,
it just
we can't
has the
rename it
Oh,
anymore.
default name.
the default name is Miso?
Yeah.
That's funny.
It works.
Gretchen was the cats, not the cats, the chickens, like default
Default
name.
name.
And because it was Gretchen, I just didn't change it.
I can hear my
Oops.
husband talking to himself across the house. I don't know what he's doing.
You didn't see that, Elmo. You didn't see it at all. I just I accidentally took my axe out and just chopped the cat.
Oh no.
I don't think the cat should choose my house to stay in from now on.
Oh,
Oh, that's
what is
why he's
this?
yelling.
Green
Oh,
rain has
this.
descended upon the valley?
What
I
do
don't
you
know if
think
I've
it
seen
is?
this.
Acid
What?
rain. We're all gonna die.
You would think. You would think. I didn't check the thing yesterday to actually check it. This is actually magic rain.
What does it
Magic rain.
do?
Oh, does it
Um,
fertilize everything?
I don't remember.
Great.
Hi,
uh,
Alexis. What's up? Welcome in.
Does it water the plants or do we still have to water them?
it does water them, yeah.
Pilot when she wishes
Violet
the
is
cat good
so
morning. Yeah.
cute.
Oh, thank
It's
you. Oh my gosh, yours look exactly like yours. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
It's perfect. Acid rain? That's what we were wondering. We're
That's what I
bewildered.
thought at first too, whenever I first saw it, whenever the 1.6 update like information came out and stuff, but it's actually what it does is um it causes these green rain trees and weeds to spawn.
Like this
Mm.
thing? What is? Should I chop
Yeah.
this?
Yeah, that's basically like a weed.
Oh, it's a wheat. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
They added new designs for the weeds, I feel like.
That's
Or
the
I'm just
rain
crazy.
thing.
It's for the rain specifically.
Yeah.
Oh.
We
I
got
also never seen it. I
pepper.
guess it's rare. Oh, is this vanilla or is this modded, guys?
This is
Vanilla.
vanilla.
Okay, cool. It's vanilla. Well, thanks for following, Alexis. I appreciate it. I'm still playing
Not sure
1.5 since
we'll
I
have
play
it, but if
mobile.
anyone wants to take
Nice.
shelter in the saloon, I'll keep it open all day.
I don't know
Yeah.
what version I'm on, but I just know I completed the island and all that came with that.
Yeah.
But not the new updates.
Oh, you get this moss stuff too.
Moss stuff?
Yeah. I
Oh
think you
my
can get it from
gosh,
like trees and
giant
stuff.
weed.
Time to
I
go
think
see everyone.
our chickens were in this rain, which doesn't sound great.
They probably didn't even come out, honestly.
Hello
It's
guys,
no
what are we doing?
jacket.
I need a solar
Wow.
essence.
Alexis, you're making me more powerful. And you might make me catch a cold, but that's okay.
There's no special fish or anything, right, in this rain?
No. This is just strictly it has a possibility of creating green rain trees and the weeds. And then you can get some stuff from it, like some resources from it, but I don't know what they're used in.
Oh
I'm
yeah, I
trying
see the
to
trees.
protect her. I appreciate it, Emil.
Bop, 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 bop.
We got our first mushrooms.
Yay!
Nice. Oh, is that a mushroom cave?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, remember the weird machine in the cave? If I click on it
Thanks
with
for
a
the hydrate.
mushroom, it says it requires 5 pieces.
Oh. So I guess we should get 5 mushrooms and mess with
Yes.
it. Oh, all these weird trees. Oh, you hit the trees and you get the moss.
Get moss?
Can you chop them down? I don't have an axe on me.
I'm gonna get an axe. Hold on. Mushrooms,
There's some
yes.
right by the bus stop.
There's some
And
in our farm.
true.
Hi,
Alright.
trees.
I
Are you
hydrated. Thank you, Emil.
tropical? Oh,
Hydration.
Yeah. Thank you for watering your loco streamer. Where is everyone? I'm so confused.
I'm heading over to the
it
community center
might
to put some stuff
be
up.
in the bar because there was like a
Yeah,
letter there.
most
Like,
of
Oh,
them will be in the
hey,
bar.
you can
there's
come
a
to the bar.
celebration?
I think they're taking
Eh,
shelter in
Oh,
there because of the
from the
yeah.
rain?
rain.
Yeah, they're just hiding out.
Are
Prime
they
time to
really
get it
there?
most everybody. Uh,
I got a mossy seed. This can be planted to grow rare wild trees.
mm.
I wonder if we can get like coconut trees and stuff. That's technically a wild tree.
Ooh, that would be cool. Thank you for the flex. Is this your
Oh,
first time playing? For me, no. I done a couple playthroughs up until like through the island. I think this is Mimi and Sailor. How many times have you played
a bunch.
Stardew? A bunch.
Yeah.
I have like 150 hours, I think, but they're all spread out different saves. So I've never like finished the community center and stuff. At most, I've been to the desert, And like that's about it.
Yeah, I think I've completed the
Ooh.
community center like once, and I've never been to Ginger Island.
Wait. Oh, okay. Th- Yeah,
Yeah,
the island's pretty cool.
I've seen it, but
Um,
I've just never been to it. Oh, we need a chub.
Oh,
I think chub was last season. It's fine. I think we
did
have one
we
in a
not
box.
get a chub?
I think we have one. I think Shroom approves of the mushroom cave.
Yes, Shroom loves mushrooms.
Does anybody want a magnet ring?
ooh. Does Mimi have one yet?
No, I don't really need one though. I'm doing good.
I'll put it in the black chest for anyone that wants it.
We got a coffee bean.
Think we should save those ones?
The
I kept
bean.
doing different saves after
Yeah.
marrying the one I want, but this time I'm gonna finish this community center and island stuff. Yeah, you got this. Whoa, who's this guy? Oh, I've never seen Demetrius in a suit.
Oh yeah, Demetrius is like one of the people that'll hang out.
Yeah.
And the bar?
He's actually by his house. He's collecting samples.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think him, Leah, and Linus are the ones that you can find like outside.
I have no idea where Leah could be. I'm just going to the community center.
I guess we're just powerful. We're just like, uh, toughing out this rain, running straight through it, and Demetrius is out here like in a suit.
I'm coming up to come see him too.
Chubb is
I
also
need to
on
see
winter all the
this.
time. Oh, I see.
Oh, I see.
Thanks for lurking, Elmo. Hello, Ryudo. Hmm.
With that kind of response from Demetrius, I kind of wish it was acid rain. I feel like that would add so much.
That would
Yeah.
be so fun.
All the plants would be burned.
Oh, hi. Is this Sailor?
Hello. Yeah.
Hi. Oh my goodness. So
Yeah. Your
cute.
character is so cute. I love it.
Thanks. Yours too.
E-
Oh, he's in a full hazmat suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Complete hazmat.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, what moss is it? I don't remember moss. This feels like so much.
It is new. That's the thing that you get from the rain, from the trees and the weeds. I don't know what you use
Ah.
it for though. So I just kind of collect it.
Put a couple in the chest, but I don't know if we'll be able to use it for anything. I also got one seed.
Hi, Crimson. I don't know why, but I could never get into Stardew. Yeah, I feel like it's a. Some people just. It's not the type. I'm in love though. It's like my top game.
Can agree. Can agree.
Yeah.
I binged the crap out of it whenever it was released. So like I spent hours upon hours playing it.
Same. I remember on my first playthrough, Shane and Emily weren't even like romanceable at that point.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I was obsessed with Linus first. I followed him around and I maxed out my hearts with him after he taught me how to dig through trash cans. And then I don't
That's
know,
funny.
next I was obsessed with Shane. But I settled for Alex. Sorry, Alex.
Yeah. I know my first person that I tried to go for was Elliot.
Yeah,
And
same.
Ooh.
apparently he's a huge red flag.
Oh,
Very big
really?
red flag.
Yeah.
How so? I never romanced him.
From what I've heard, he's just kind of a butt.
Yeah.
At the
Oh.
end, like as you go through his cutscenes and stuff, he seems like okay, and then he just turns into a butt. And I'm
If you
like,
want a
oh,
chub in game, you can get it anytime, in any season, in any weather. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Alexis.
okay, cool. Sweet. I think we might have one in a drawer though.
Elliot,
In a
I
chest.
I wouldn't say he's rude, but he is definitely a red flag. It's a red flag I'm willing to accept though.
The way I usually the thing that I usually call him is that he's pretentious.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. He 100%.
Yeah. Like he wants these pomegranates, and it's like it's so hard to get you what you want.
He has high standards, expensive taste.
Yeah, exactly. That's the wording for it. I was like rich taste, something like that.
Yeah.
I kind of want to
Okay.
try Leah. I've only tried Elliot. Like that was my first and last time trying to romance anyone. Just Elliot, and then I was done. I want to
I tried.
try Leah.
I hear she's nice too. He does give that vibe in general IMO, pretty
He
much.
does. He does.
I've gone after Penny before. I think I just about maxed her out, but I didn't completely finish that. Because then Kent showed up and I started giving Kent flowers.
Jodie's cutscenes are really nice.
Yeah.
I was trying to get my hearts up with George and Evelyn, but I kind of forgot within like 2 days. So
Yeah. That'd be fine.
Yeah. I'm marrying Alex as a male to see the difference of the story. People say he's trying to overcome his sexuality, trying to get his grandpa to support him. I I think I did do Alex. I feel like did I do as a male? Yeah, actually I don't know. For some reason I do remember him being I don't know, weird about it. So maybe I did, but I think if you read into it, I think yes, there is definitely that subtext. I like
Yeah.
Elliot, but I never married him.
I like his hair.
Elliot's hair is good.
His hair is so good. I saw his hair. I knew he was like a type of artist. I was like, great. I want this guy. I don't care about the rest.
I like it. Mimi's a one man woman.
Yeah. I think the only reason why I even started going after Sam was because I got a mod and it made Sam really hot. I was like, oh.
I went for Penny my first run, then Leah my second. I really want to go for Leah. I think
You
I'm just
should.
Leah is
going for
great.
anyone who's an artist. I think that's what I'm doing. Well,
Oops.
Sam is already hot. Yeah, I think he
Yeah.
just isn't my type, so I never went for him, but he is pretty hot. I like Shane Sprite. That's my type. But close up, his portrait, a little less, but I forgive it because his sprite is so cute.
Yeah. I can feel that. There's a lot of people that give Shane hate, but you know what? Shane deserves love too. He
That's
really
true.
does. What to do today?
I think I'm heading to the mines again. I want to get to 60.
Yeah.
I forgot my pickaxe.
I can't wait to get the silo built.
Oh,
Is
what do
it
you guys
not built
need?
yet?
Not yet. Is it? Oh, it is. Oh,
It
nice.
is.
Sweet.
Yay!
Do we need the auto feeder then for that? Okay. We need an axe upgrade
We
too.
do. We gotta get that copper.
We have a ton of it actually. Let me see if we have enough bars.
Probably have not.
We have enough bars
Oh,
for 2 upgrades. We just need the 5K.
we need a backpack for pilot.
Yeah. You can go grab that if you want to.
Oh, how much is it? Do we have enough?
200 or
Oh,
2K.
nice. Okay, that's not as bad as I remember.
Yeah. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fish, I think. We have
I'm gonna
we
get
have so much
bullied
copper.
by little coal creatures.
I feel like I'm doing so much better on like resources right now too compared to how I normally do.
I feel like we're doing pretty good.
Yeah. Like we have a nice thing of ore, like batch of ore.
Shane is
What
probably
just
the worst
happened?
of them all, as his room is full of muddy tracks and spilled beer and a complete mess.
I mean, you're not
I
wrong.
I don't really like his attitude. I think he changes if you like get
He
your
does.
heart set with him, but I don't
He
like his
does.
initial attitude.
Oh, who?
Yeah. Shane's.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I do like
I
his
have a
change of
problem.
heart.
Yeah, I have a problem. I go after the ones with attitude. It's Haley and Shane for me. They're so mean to you in the beginning. Hi, Kit Kat, welcome in.
The fix it
Oh,
person, the fix it girl.
oh, yeah, yeah.
It's alright though. We need people like that.
Do we? Maybe.
Do we? I hear just like staring at this thing. Like, what all do I need that we have?
Bat, I don't need you to come here right now. I already have a ghost here.
Um,
Okay, I think
let's
we
head up
have.
and get a sword. Is this year one? Yes, this is year one. And we're still in the first season, seventh day. I just jumped in just now.
It's
But
summer right
Sailor
now.
and oh, we're summer? Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oops, I need that. Uh, we need
Oh,
more
I should
bat
talk to.
wings.
I have 5 on me right now.
We need like 99. So we need quite a
I
few.
don't
It's
have
fine.
99 on me right now.
I think we have like 65 at home, so we need like 30-ish. It'll come a time. Hi, Harvey. And Caroline and Demetrius. Everybody's out and about.
Guess from being rude to less rude, but still a slob. The sad part is I only have the game on mobile, so I don't have all the new updates. I honestly don't know what the new updates are. I'm finding out as we play.
Yeah.
Same.
And I tried to play it on PC, but the aspect ratio was so large and weird I had to refund it as it was unplayable. Ooh, I think I tweaked my like UI size and stuff. I think I made it bigger. I don't remember. Yudo.
Yay! Okay, I have like all the tools I think now.
Sweet.
Nice.
I
I
have a
forgot
Very nice.
figs.
sword. I should open this chest. Can I give advice on money? Sure, Alexis. We probably played this a ton, but we will take advice.
I probably won't. I'll be the
Hi,
one to
Ohm.
spend it all on money crops.
Sailor went to get the summer crops and she spent literally all of her money. Like,
That's
It
how
was like
you do
8K.
it. Let's go.
It was like 8K
I
that I
approve.
spent. But hey, we have this nice farm that's gonna make us so much money.
oh,
Yes.
there's a. There, these slimes have emotes.
They're so cute, aren't they?
Yep.
Why do you have a heart? And why do you have an exclamation mark? Hi.
Is there some romance
They
happening in
had a
between these two?
baby! I'm not gonna kill you guys. You're a family. Ow, but you're still gonna kill me. Okay.
Shoot,
Oh, that's hysterical.
I just ran into you, maybe. I
You
didn't know
did
it was
you
here.
kill the family? Oh, okay, they're alive. They're alive.
I think I might have given the father a couple of scabs, but it's okay. Hey, how are you doing? If you get anything in the mind, like quartz or at I don't know how to pronounce that gem actually, it's really sad. How do you say that? Amethyst?
Amethyst, yes.
Amethyst.
Awesome. Don't sell iron, coal, or copper or stone. Only sell crops and forageable items and sell fish. Yeah, I think selling shells and fish in the very beginning is what I usually always do, and then I spend 100% of my money on crops.
Pretty much.
Oh, there's a ladder towards the right if you haven't found one yet.
Ooh, thank you, thank you.
Got a diamond.
Ooh, yay. Which means that we can sell one or
Yeah.
turn one into
Refund your
Gunther.
animals. Nice.
Did we turn one into Gunther already?
I don't remember.
Oh, you have a ladder already?
We have not, so don't
That
die.
one
I'm
was
taking it to
there
Gunther.
when I came down here.
Nice.
I can't take it to Gunther now that I think about it. Hold on.
Oh, there's a spiral one.
It was the one after this?
Yeah, it's a spiral map.
Ooh.
Oh God. Hello, Ghosty.
I hate the ghosts. They take so long to get rid of.
It takes so long.
They really do.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
We got this. We got this. Maybe we don't.
I need to go after that sturgeon. Sturgeon's gonna be a heck of a catch.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Ah! Bat, I don't like you.
Oh, and you have rabbits cutting off their foot will kill them. So make sure you have enough money to get more rabbits.
They don't die.
Yeah.
They don't. They just take forever to give you a rabbit's foot.
Yeah.
Oh. We already submitted one. Oops. Okay.
Really? Was my game glitch? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Your rabbits sound like they ran away or something.
Oh gosh, we're getting bullied.
Oh shit, yeah, we are. They're coming from both sides. Also, fighting up is like, oh, a ladder! I'm going in.
You go down, you go down.
Go, go,
I'll get rid of this
go.
little guy.
Dive, dive, dive.
Wait, the middle looks pretty cool. I'll come with you, actually. I have enough health.
Yeah, I
Poor
wanna see
little
the
hoppers.
middle. I'm hitting the wrong thing. Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Uh
It really wants us to leave this level. Oh, is it because it's 11:20 p.m.? That might be why.
Don't worry about it. We'll be
I'm a little worried
fine.
about it,
No, 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 no.
honestly.
It's okay.
You can leave at
No.
midnight, I promise. You'll get back in time.
Oh shoot. Okay. That's a lot of people.
See, the trick is you just run. You run away. There's literally nothing good in these chests. We did not have to come
Yeah.
here.
We had high hopes.
You
Oh,
This guy
tried.
is
no,
carrying
yeah.
something.
That guy is really strong. That guy killed
He is.
Sailor.
This guy? Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah, he did.
He's super strong. Why is he not dying? Oh my god.
Okay, I'm making a
Oh, I
run
might
for
be
it.
dead. Oh,
I'm
I
making a run for it.
oh. I got stuck somehow.
No! Violet!
Goodbye, world.
Oh,
Hoppy
no.
found me.
Oh, no.
I'm on my way back. I don't know if I'm gonna make it back, but I am on my way back.
At this time, probably not.
Oh, that's fine. I love it. Low risk. Oh, I still have to walk home? Oh my god.
No.
I thought I would wake up in my bed.
Same. I thought I'd at least put you
Oh
there.
my
Right?
gosh!
What is this? Oh my gosh. Oh, I go up. Oh my goodness.
Oh
I'm not
my
gonna make it.
gosh! I just made it to the farm. There was no way I was making it home.
Oh, I'm surprised. Oh.
Get that greenhouse and fill it with nothing but starfruit. Make big money. Yes, exactly.
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't know if you get
Almost
wolves.
made it
I've
with your
never
back.
seen wolves in this game.
There are
Wolves.
wolves?
I know there's dinosaurs.
Yeah, I like the dinosaurs. You don't see them. Oh,
I put the diamond in there.
I guess I've always closed the
Money.
door. So that's why I don't know.
Or the chickens.
You guys can get a dagger in the mines if you head there anytime.
Sweet.
Do we have any gears that need to be taken to Clint?
Maybe? There's a couple things in the pink chest that can go to Gunther too.
Pink one? Okay, I'll take a look.
I've never seen this basic fishing rod. Interesting. All right. Who
What
needs
did you
this? We're
get in the
fishing
past?
pros. Let's see. A bamboo pole. But did you guys get a training rod?
Yeah, the bamboo one is the
No.
first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then he just gave me also a training rod.
Oh?
What?
It's easier to use than other rods, but can only catch basic fish. He
That's
was like
so weird.
I think he was upset I wasn't fishing.
I guess. I have no idea.
He was like, I know fishing's hard to get into. Or whatever. This is the training rod.
Hi, Apex. Welcome in.
Oh, welcome.
How you doing?
See, this is so much faster when we have a pilot with us.
Yeah.
Teamwork.
If I can't get that last one.
I'll put this here.
Beep, 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 beep,
Moss
beep, beep,
this.
beep. I'm gonna go after that sturgeon today.
Where's the sturgeon?
In the river.
I
Because I'm
want
pretty
to
sure
do
that's
that
like one of the big
too.
fish for this season.
I'll I'll do that as well because I want to fish today. Is there
That sounds
anything I
fun.
can take?
Didn't spoil any story, so yay for that. Or we're playing Okami. Ah, I see. Good. Okay, we don't want to spoil that story for her. Have either of you guys played Okami before?
Nope.
Nope. I don't think I
Such a
even
good
heard of
game.
it.
It's a very good game. It's got a lot of Japanese artwork and like traditional drawing and stuff. So if you like that kind of stuff, I do highly recommend checking it out. I think Stardew is going well. We got the stuffs going. We got the farmings going. Yes, Japanese mythology is involved in it too. Because you play as some of the gods, or as one of the gods, and then you get to meet other gods.
That sounds really
Very cool.
cool.
Yeah. They have an HD version of it on the Switch. And then they also have it on PC too, on Steam.
Oh, thank you, Alexis. I think I want to go beach fishing.
Beach fishing is good.
Honestly, hanging out on the beach would be such a perfect time for today.
Mm-hmm. The weather's great. It's
Oh yeah.
hot.
It's finally like not heat advisory today. Heat advisory, I guess. I don't know. It's not super hot that we need one. And the wind is like just chilly enough that like it's enjoyable.
We
That
got
sounds amazing.
Meridium.
I went up to the lake, the river lake. I did not mean to do that.
Oh, does it matter which lake we're at, or do we just have to be at a lake?
For the sturgeon, it's the river. It doesn't matter what part of the river. I don't
Oh,
think.
river? Okay.
Yeah, I went up too far.
I'm gonna go right in front of Jody's house.
Ironically, we have a tropical storm coming in over the weekend here. Our turn to get the amazing weather. Hopefully. Hopefully that tropical storm passes really fast.
I'm gonna leave for a second to get the door for my cat again.
Okays.
Oh, thank you, Alexis. It's good to know.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, I needed that.
What did you need?
Seaweed. I have like no energy. I was like, I did not know I needed it until I got it.
Oh.
I'm gonna eat it.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yum, yum, yum.
Just on the spot sushi right then and there.
Right.
Ooh, I got the rainbow trout. Sweet. I don't
That's
think I need it.
awesome.
I don't need it.
See if I have a better day fishing today.
Oh, I should actually look at the community center so I can get the little thing on the sidebar that tells me what we need.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that there's a did you guys know that there's a VR fishing game on the Oculus Quest?
VR?
Really?
Yeah. I had it and I sat there and played through it almost religiously for a while. Catching fish.
I feel like I would totally get addicted to that kind of game too.
Yeah,
I love fishing and like all games.
I think it's
Same.
great.
Fishing is so fun in games.
I'm not a fan of it IRL though, strangely enough.
Oh yeah, I would not like it IRL. It requires too much waiting.
Yeah. That was actually I just went with a friend this morning to accompany them fishing. I just journaled on the on the shore, but
Oh.
what a coincidence.
Yeah. It's nice being on the boat. I just don't want to put effort into the rod of catching fish.
Yeah.
My dad goes fishing a lot, which is funny that I don't like fishing all that much. I don't really like the taste of fish too much, so I stick to like the non-fish or the cooked fish um
Oh
sushis.
yeah. Like shrimp tempura sushi and stuff.
Yeah.
I just
But
like
my dad and my sister go
cucumber.
fish a lot.
I don't really like seafood.
Honestly, the cucumber and the sweet potato sushis that I've had in the past are really good.
I love cucumber. Cucumber is great.
I'm gonna try a cucumber recipe actually this weekend that I saw on TikTok where you like mandolin cut the cucumber and then you shake it up with a bunch of seasonings and stuff, and then you just eat it right out of the jar or container. There's some people that have made like a crab rangoon style cucumber
Ooh,
salad, I guess, if you want to call it that. I don't know.
That sounds really good.
it
Yeah.
does.
I think the one that I'm making is like a basic one with mayonnaise, dill, um, garlic powder, onion powder, some other stuff. I can't remember entirely. Just to try it out.
I forget. Once I look at the community center, I have to wait a day to go see the wizard.
Oh yeah.
I just like ran up straight to him.
Oh, Apex. Apex, I would go ride on the boat with you. I would go chill with you if you go fishing. Apex is actually another fisherman out in Hawaii.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah, catching them Pacific Ocean fish.
Did we eat a sturgeon?
I have not picked one up yet. It's out of the time block too.
Oh.
6A. I have bad news. I read my sheet wrong
Oh
again.
no. Oh no.
Maybe all three of us are in the boat. It's the lake, not the river.
Oh.
Darn
Well,
it.
oh. Wait, I should have read that message from my chatter out loud.
Oh,
I didn't realize.
oops. Oh well, it's fine.
Sorry, Alexis. You told me, and then I didn't tell them.
It's okay. I just fished for money today. That's what we'll say. I fished for money today.
is it a specific lake or any lake?
It's the mountain lake.
Alrighty.
It's from like 6 to 7 though, so he's not around anymore. My neighbor's playing Despacito. Oh,
Ooh,
it's hilarious when I can hear the party.
fish.
Ooh, river jelly. Sweet.
A
Alexis says
lot of
any
those
lake.
in the chest.
but the only lake available right now is the mountain lake. Wait, isn't there a forest lake too? I thought that was the lake.
The
I could
forest
be
lake
wrong.
will be if that's the one that's down near Marnie's, you catch a lot of trash in it, I think if I remember correctly.
Oh.
Definitely fished there before. We've run
Yeah.
out of space in the fishing
Uh,
chest.
we can sell the silvers. I don't need the
Silvers?
chubs anymore. I already got the chub down for what I needed it for. And you can sell the stuff from the beach. Because I don't think I can use those either right now for the community center.
Sell these guys.
I'm gonna nab these clams and cockles.
Hello, Alexis. Thank you for the follow.
Ooh. Yes, hello, hello. Yeah, I think that's good.
Hi,
Oh,
Mimi.
hi. I can see the fish.
Do they we sleep with fish?
Technically? I guess if you think about it, yeah. We got
No,
the
I
recycling
literally
machine.
I literally intruded Mimi's bed with a fish in hand.
I had the little text
Fantastic.
box too, so I just see a little fish slowly approaching my bed.
Fantastic. Fantastic. That's hilarious. Oh my god. That's as bad as us like
Hi.
yoinking
Hello,
the
Violet.
furniture from people's
Good morning.
houses.
Did you sleep well?
Yeah, I slept very well. Do you like that fish?
Yeah, I think we really bonded last night. You know how they say if people you grow more affectionate towards people and things you sleep with? I think
Oh,
I felt that.
that's nice to hear.
Just sleeping with the smell of fish right underneath your nose.
Alright, let's make more water boxes.
No water boxes.
I make little boxes when I'm watering them.
Yeah, that is true. Oh, darn. Oops. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
um,
I'm selling some of these because we don't need them all.
We got a lot of hot pepper. We can't put that in the preserve jars, right? Only
I think so.
fruits.
We should probably get some of the preserved jars going, actually.
Do we have anything we can put them in? Oh, we can pickle
Uh,
the peppers, I think, but I don't know if that's smart to do.
I mean, if
I'll make
it'll go into it, we could put it into it.
I'll make strawberry jam and try the pepper.
Hi,
I'm gonna
Jay.
make some more preserved jars so we
Yeah.
have some more.
Did you just wake up, Jay?
Hi, Jay.
Hi, Grandma
Hello.
Violet. Hello, grandson.
There you go.
Right, mountain lake, great.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, chickens. Gretchen, how are you doing? You're doing good.
I'm gonna put some more stuff in here. I may have accidentally replaced one of the things in those preserve jars. Or maybe I added more, I don't know.
Oh no.
Something happened and then something started bubbling and I'm like, what? But it's fine, they're all
Put
going now.
in one strawberry and one pepper.
Okay. Then I didn't mess anything up.
Oh, this is hard. I hope the sturgeon. Oh man.
Oh, did you get one?
Is it the harder one than the mountain lake?
It should be, yeah.
I didn't get that one, but maybe if I level up my fishing, I'll be able to get it by the end of the season.
Me.
I got
I'm gonna come try to fish for it too.
squash. I didn't know squash
Squash?
was a thing.
I didn't know either.
Me neither. Thank you for the hydrate, Twilight. I'll do that right now.
Hey Jay, thank you for the Abyss Mage model.
I'm coming for the fish. I'm coming.
You think we might all be at the lake looking for a sturgeon?
We're all going for this monster of a fish.
I love the Stardew soundtrack.
It is phenomenal.
Oh, I was not paying attention. Oh, that was probably a sturgeon.
Who
No,
knows? There is
that was.
actually a
Sorry,
there
it
is a
was a hard fish.
oh there is a bobber in the game that'll tell you what kind of fish you have on the line.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
hmm I don't. I think you get it from Willy, or you can just pick it up somewhere.
Having a very southern day, Jay. How about you? I hope you're having a southern day.
I would agree. I am also having a very southern day.
Yeah, I'm having a southern day too.
See, we're
It's
all
so
having a
painful to say
southern
it that
day.
way.
I have never heard my husband talk so much to himself while he's playing a game.
What's he playing?
It Discord is telling me he's playing World of Warcraft, which is why I'm hearing like torpedo beeps every now and again. And I can't tell if he's playing with someone or not.
They're learning, yes, we're spreading the southern agenda.
I was on board with it from the very beginning because I was like, I am from the South, and that's just really funny. Can I stop getting bass, please? I don't want any more bass. I already made my dad proud.
Nothing's biting. Come on. Come on, fishies.
I wonder if we can get the new fiberglass pole yet.
Fiberglass.
Yeah.
Wow.
The one that you can put bait on.
Oh.
Also,
Oh
I
my
see
gosh.
some bubbles coming up next to you, Pilot. If you fish into that, you catch fish a little faster. They bite a little faster.
Oh. I forgot about that. Thank you.
hmm They have these frenzies in the game now. I don't understand how they work, though.
I think you just have a higher chance of catching that specific fish.
Ooh. Is it
I
you? Does it
thought
feel like this
you
one?
would only like catch that fish during a frenzy, but no, you do catch other fish.
Mm. Good to know. Ooh. Ooh,
my
no,
God.
no. I am catching you, fish. You're
I'm pretty
coming
sure
with me.
I got like a potential sturgeon like 3 times, but I failed all 3 times.
I
It's
got
okay.
it
It's a hard
twice
one to
and
catch.
failed. That's good to hear, Jay.
I got it.
You got it?
Let's go! That's
Nice.
awesome.
So excited.
Nice.
Now we can fish for sport. Oh, also we have 6K. Sweet. We can also get the barn, but she's closed now, so tomorrow.
We don't need heaters in fall, right?
No, not till winter. Da-da-da!
Yay!
One bundle finished. Sweet.
Go.
I got a dressed bobber that I will never use. Ever. In my life. I think the puffer fish is actually in the ocean. I just don't remember what
I
season.
think that's summer and it's like mornings only or something. Oh, that's gonna run away. Is it?
What is the pufferfish?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
12 to 4. I'm out of time on that one.
That's such a small window. Oh,
Yeah.
Sebastian. Oh my gosh. Sebastian is the hardest person to talk to because he like almost never goes outside.
He's
I'm
always
so
in his
thankful.
room.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to talk to him, he's actually outside for once. He's like to the right of his house.
I caught a sturgeon.
I'll gift him a fish.
It took so
That's a
long.
good idea.
I'm gonna
He
give him the
loves
biggest fish I have. Dot to dot, thanks.
Oh, Maru's so cute.
She's very sweet.
Can
Oh,
I
don't
plant
go
the
in your room.
squash?
You can, yeah.
Okay.
I'm allowed in their room? Wow.
I picked up some random wood. Some more random wood.
Oh shit. I just glitched Stardew.
Uh-oh.
Oops.
Uh-oh.
So I got into Robin's bedroom
Oh.
and then when I tried to leave her bedroom, it says I'm not good enough friends with her. So now
Wow. Oh
use a chair.
no.
Is that how you reset the glitch? Okay. I'm gonna head out. No, it thinks the world is their bedroom. My world is now their bedroom.
That kind of sounds a little gross.
Use a chair, sit on it, and then leave. It's not working. I'll use their TV. I'll use their bookshelf.
Oops.
I'm just gonna third wheel you too.
Fantastic.
This is where I live
Um,
now. I can't leave.
Oh no.
I can't believe this is happening. Maru! Look at me! No! Don't leave!
Someone,
Come
someone clip this.
back!
Someone has to clip this.
I'm freaking stuck in their bedroom! What is going on?
Oh, no.
I wonder if I can see Pilot if I go there.
Probably.
Might
Probably.
not be the best idea because it's midnight, but
I have no idea how it happened, Shroom. I have no idea.
oh, I can't even go in though, right? Because it's 11.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Oh man, I should have gotten into the bed before Demetrius did because now I can't get in the middle anymore.
Oh,
You
Let
live
me
there
in.
now, pilot.
I know.
well,
Oh, they sleep like not facing each other. They're really on the opposite corners of the bed from each other. Is this because of the I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say the lore. I'm not gonna say it.
the extended lore.
Keep
Um,
moving in his face. Okay. Let me undo. Oh. All right. This is where I belong now. Between Robin and Demetrius. I'm the one keeping them
oh my
apart today.
god. Oh. The question is, will the game accept it? Because it's not even letting you go to sleep now, is it?
No, it's not. That totally should be an option though.
Yeah.
Is it gonna count it as like passing out outside?
Yeah,
It might.
it will, most likely.
I know everything. I know everything, you too. I know why you're like this. Maximizing your second marriage and practical tips for first time stepdads. And a bunch of carpentry magazines. Oh my gosh.
That's funny.
Level 5 farming.
Heck yeah.
Uh, animal products worth 20% more or crops worth 10% more.
Mm.
I don't know.
Honestly, both of them are good.
Uh,
We're more consistently selling animal products right now with the mayonnaise.
let's do animal. That's 20%. The other one's 10%.
Yeah. This is technically more of an animal geared farm,
Yeah.
so.
Oh, hi, pilot.
Okay. Oh,
Hello
wait,
there.
what? Ooh, the
Sleeping
luau's
with Robin
tomorrow.
and Demetrius, but last night was a wild night, I guess.
Someone was like pushing my face until I finally moved. I don't know who it was.
Your face?
You basically had to run into him to make him move so that you could squeeze between them.
There is a Queen of Sauce rerun today, if anyone wants to make sure they get coleslaw.
Wait. I am getting so much mail all at once.
Love, Dad. I'm not gonna read what you said.
Screw you, Dad. Okay.
Okay. Oh, I forgot that we have plant babies again.
I was telling Mimi earlier that if the multiplayer for Cult of the Lamb comes to PC so that you can do it online, you guys should attempt to raise another egg, or would have another chance to try to raise another egg.
That would be amazing. Or maybe not amazing, considering our track history, but
We'll do our best.
yes.
Watering goes so fast.
Oh, I thought the melons were ready. They're not.
Not quite. I hope we get some big melons.
We have to like leave the melons for them to get big.
I don't know.
Oh, like when they're merging into four? Like four of them
Mm-hmm.
merge into one?
Hi,
Yeah, when
Pilot.
they get the giant ones.
What? Oh, I have no energy after watering, after passing out. So I'm going back to bed.
I don't blame
Just
you.
taking a nap.
You do you. I don't blame you.
Honestly, the game did not have to force us to get a cabin for Pilot. She could have just lived with me. I think we would have been
Yeah.
okay. We would be
Honestly,
good.
truth.
Yeah.
Okay,
Pilot,
I think
if you want to move over, you can always move your furniture.
yeah.
We're making this official now. Let's go.
Okay, I'm gonna focus on getting some things for the barn today, I
I'm
think.
gonna go mining because
Okay,
no reason. I just want to mine.
that'll be a good place to get the stone we need. Gonna chop some wood next to Pilot's house.
Oh, I got some random sap. Oh no!
Nice.
Don't eat the sap.
It will, in fact, kill you.
I put
Well,
5 mushrooms in that machine thing, but I don't know what's gonna come out.
interesting.
Oh, wait, I threw the sap in the bin. Okay.
That's fine.
Off to the mines I go. Are the mines 90 levels?
It's 100.
100?
Mm-hmm.
We'll get there.
Yeah. I've gotten to the bottom of these mines. I've just never done Skull Cavern.
Yeah, I've gotten the bottom of these too.
Yeah. Skull Cavern is hard.
When is the potluck?
Tomorrow.
Okay.
I know the hot pepper works, and supposedly cheese is like really good,
Ooh.
Cheese?
but we don't
I
have any
think I
cheese.
I
Oh,
think I usually do like gold cauliflower or something.
We might have some of that too.
I just bring like iridium and gold stuff, I think.
Yeah.
I forgot to bring a pickaxe to mine.
Oh
Oh.
no. Did you get your food too?
I got 3 mushrooms, 2 swords, a hoe, but no pickaxe.
Sag.
Yes, Jay, what is your question?
Oh, be careful, Mimi.
Uh-oh. That's not very comforting.
Serenade.
I mean, it's a word.
Mm-hmm.
Reminds me of sardines.
It is in fact a word. It is an advanced descriptive word, I guess. It is more than just singing.
Would you say it in real life? Say what in real life?
Oh, this is not the question I thought it would be. This one should be safe.
Should be.
You can never know for sure.
Yeah, honestly, that's the truth. At least personally for me, I don't typically use it in real life unless I'm using it to describe something specific that it pertains to. But in writing, yes, I would use it depending on what kind of situation I'm writing.
I'm sure I've used the word serenade. Like, it's a very specific word.
Hmm.
So for that specific situation, you don't really have another choice. You gotta use it.
Yeah. It has a very specific connotation behind it of it being
Yeah.
romantic singing.
Mhm.
In real
But in
life, we
real life,
don't
you don't
say it.
say
What?
it.
No, we do say it. Why would you not say it?
We would use it in specific situations where it is
Yeah.
necessary.
This is a carryover from yesterday's stream when we were saying
Arissa's right,
serenade
Jay.
is a normal word. Yeah,
It is a
exactly.
normal word.
Yeah. Because it
What do you
sounds
mean it sounds
extra.
extra?
I have no idea. I don't know what to tell you, Jay. I wouldn't say anything because if it's describing that kind of situation, then she's allowed to be extra.
Mm-hmm.
If she is in fact serenading you with her glorious voice and a glorious song, then she's in fact serenading in you, and she can be extra.
Why serenade when you can say sing? Because they're different things.
They're very different.
It's take this example of okay, so I'm singing a very romantic song to my husband. That would not necessarily singing would work, but if you really want to give the vibe of the situation, you would say that I'm serenading my husband because it has that connotation behind it and pertains to that specific kind of situation of romantically singing to someone. Or
Oh
if
my
they do want to
gosh.
be funny, they can say, "You serenade me."
Mm-hmm.
But at that point, she's free to be extra.
Marinade? No, it doesn't.
Serenade, marinade, they rhyme.
I mean, not fully.
Use it as a rhyming word in a hoedown if I needed to. Okay, I have the wood.
Nice.
I'm looking for a ladder. I got another book. What does this say? Monster Compendium.
Oh,
Monsters have a small chance to drop double loot. Ooh. Exactly, Shroom. Serenade has romantic connotations specifically.
Mm-hmm.
yes. Maybe Arissa wanted to be serenaded by you specifically, Jay. Maybe she wanted it. You never know. But Jay, that's too many words.
Yeah, that's what I said too. And then I told him it was concise. And then he asked me what concise meant.
Oh
And I
my
was
god,
very
Jay.
What?
Jay, I'm having the urge to ask you how old you are. Or at least how much younger than 28 you are.
He's an
I'm
adult.
sorry.
That's all I can tell you.
I figured as much. Because I'm like, I
Like,
think he's at least over 2021.
oh, not that adult.
Okay. I'm sorry, that explains a lot for me. I love you, Jay. You're fun to hang out with, but damn.
I know the first word, but what's that? Oh, concise? It means like it's short and effective in terms of words. Like it gets straight to the point. Like
Yeah.
you say it in 2 words instead of 10 words. That's concise. Your first language is English. Yeah, that's fine. That's totally understandable.
Makes sense. Makes sense, yes. That's definitely something to account for as well. Oh, I got these mixed flower seeds. Ooh. I would like to see what grows.
I got some quality retaining soil and I I got a rod, but like it's a metal baseball bat, basically.
Oh.
Oh, I'm gonna use that instead of my dagger.
People
Poor
do use
Jay.
concise. Alexis is non-English speaker, Jay. That's not evidence.
I would use concise, yes. I do sometimes like to be concise. In the area that I work, you want to be concise.
Oh, hi, Pilot.
Welcome to our bed.
Thank
I
you.
didn't bring a fish this time.
Oh, it's okay.
I know
Did you
you're
bring
disappointed.
mayonnaise this time? Oh, this is fantastic.
Look at my bat.
Oh my gosh. I'm scared. I shouldn't be barging into your house now. Mimi has a weapon against intruders.
Starting tomorrow, an unusual amount of shells and corals will be expected to wash up on all beaches around the world.
Ooh.
Good to know. Which makes me need to make a trip to the beach. The luau's today, though, too.
Oh yeah, we gotta do that. Well, let me go see what happened with my mushrooms. I don't know what that
Yeah.
machine is.
I have no idea either. I've never seen that. That wasn't in there the last time I played the game.
It made dried common mushroom. Oh my god. It gives you 113 energy and 50 health. Then we
Oh,
can sell it. Do I
we
sell
should.
it or do we keep it?
If you want to see how much it costs, we could sell it.
Let's
Because I
sell this
imagine we'll get
one.
more.
Yeah, you just need 5 mushrooms and you're good to go.
That seems like something we should do going forward.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make a chest and place it by the
Okay.
cave so we can just drop all our mushrooms there.
Huh. Hey, Mika!
Mika, welcome!
My language is far from English. What language do you use originally? Or what's your first language, Alexis, if you don't mind me asking? And this is just like antonyms. Oh my goodness. Guys, I don't know about you, but well, Mimi, I guess you're not like a native English speaker who probably took like English 101. But synonyms and antonyms. That's like one of the first 10 lessons in any English class, right?
Oh, definitely.
Something like that,
Even
yeah.
Mimi knows. I'm sure Jay and Jack did not know what synonyms and antonyms were.
Oh,
Did
oh,
not
honey.
know!
And we were like, where did you go to school? Because they have disappointed you.
I'm like 95% sure I had them in elementary.
I think
Like,
so too.
Yeah.
I remember using a thesaurus in elementary school.
Alexis even knows. Yes. Yeah, I remember using a thesaurus too. Jay, have you opened one of those? Now I'm curious.
thank you for the stretch, Mika.
We need to get that upgrade too.
I answered your question.
Maybe
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. So that alphabet is a mystery to me, but it looks so cool.
Mm.
Which one?
The Arabic language.
Oh,
Yes. Oh, I missed this one.
Oops.
I think oh, I did not do everything. I gotta move the mushrooms.
Whoops.
How much stone do we have?
What do we
46.
want to bring?
I think.
Letters sound the same. Luella, thanks for checking in. Yay, Stardew. Yeah, this is my first
Meow,
time
meow.
dropping in on Mimi's and Sailor's session.
Yeah.
It was a plane crash.
Yeah, I
We cleaned
crashed
it up.
in.
We're gonna put the barn there, but we cleaned up the plane.
Hi, Finley. Thanks for lurking.
Our preserve jars are still going, right? Yeah.
Listen, the school system is bad. It is designed. I'm in where you study for one topic, then replace it for another topic. What does that mean? That's what you said yesterday, but I had no idea what that meant. Study for one topic and then replace it for another topic?
What do we want to take to the luau?
You crash
Oh,
landed into a farm? Yeah.
We
I
have
don't
a
know that.
gold carrot.
Ooh,
Yes,
that sounds
silver
tasty.
carrots and a stew. I think we were just bringing
Maybe.
one, right?
I don't. Do we all need one individually?
I don't think so.
I'll bring a random fish. What do we
Fun fact, you can
have?
actually put the shorts in the stew.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw
Oh,
that.
we had them.
Thank
Makes
you
it
for the
gross.
hydrate, Luella. How are you? School ended, right? I'm bringing a gold carrot too. Hopefully that doesn't do anything weird.
Jody.
It probably only takes like one thing. Oh,
Awesome.
I thought the luau was today.
Is it not? I got a mail saying it was.
Interesting. Does it make you wait? Oh, it
Oh,
doesn't.
you want to know why?
Why?
Because we missed it.
We missed
Oh,
it?
I have
was
never
it
missed a
yesterday?
festival. No, it was between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m.
No way.
Oh, wow. Well, the carrot's mine now. We'll make our own stew. Actually, you know what, Sam?
Oh my god.
You better like carrots going forward, son.
Oh, he says he's hungry. Wait, I'm gonna give you a sunfish even though I don't think you like sunfish. There
Oh,
you
look,
go.
it's Leah. Do you like coral? She likes coral.
You have another word for me, Jay? Okay. I'm a little scared. Go ahead.
Oh God.
Me and Jack were up till 5 a.m. We were saying no one uses these. But we just used it yesterday. That's why that's why we were talking about those words. I don't know who you guys hang out with. The Shadow, Mono, and I, we use these words.
Well, the next word is hyperbole.
And that's a normal word too.
That is a
Yeah.
normal word, but again, a very specific situation to
Yeah.
describe a aspect of English or language arts. No, I'm pretty sure that's. Oh, there is a missing R.
I think that's just Jay missing the R.
Yeah. Well, so much for the
I hang
luau.
out with you guys and you never use these words. So yesterday, I swear I use concise on a pretty regular basis, I think.
Concise is like a really common word, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Mono
would
was
say.
saying yesterday, who's like, that's a word you're born with. And I agree.
Yeah, we
That's
don't have
funny.
space for this fish. We really need another fish chest.
But I'll go
Alexis
through it
knows
and
what
I'll
it
sell
is
some
too.
stuff.
It has an
But,
RJ. Mono probably misspelled it.
yeah. Need that pike. We don't need the sturgeon anymore either.
What do I want to do with my day today?
Our day's over, I would say. We stood our ad until we missed the
Yeah, we were like messing around on the farm. Oh, we don't need the. That's a red snapper that we need.
Oh, that's rude of you, Gretchen.
I don't think we need a halibut. Hold on. I'm
We
about to
took
just
one
make
to
us
the
a ton of money.
community center, but I don't think we need it anymore.
Oh my gosh, am I crazy? Or after you go to the community center, doesn't the little tree show up in your menu somewhere and
It
it tells you
does.
which ones you're missing? Is it in the inventory menu, like one of the tabs,
Yeah,
or okay, let
it's
me
like
see.
on the right. Like when you open your inventory, on the right
Uh-huh.
there's organize, and then on top of organize there's community center.
Oh, I've been looking at the wrong place. Thank you.
What is this thing? Is that just the ground? I think that's just the ground.
Underneath the scarecrow,
Yeah, like behind it.
the orange patch.
Yeah, the stuff that looks like wheat.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is a plant like right behind it in that
This is like
watered
the
spot.
lily pad situation.
We don't need the largemouth bat. We don't need the shad anymore either.
I'm gonna sleep. I don't think there's anything I can do at this hour.
Same.
Do we need the
Maybe
rainbow trout?
I'll just chop
We
some
don't.
trees. Just to use up my energy.
I'm curious about that tree seed we got, but I don't know if that just like grows a rainforest tree or if it grows like
I think it's a green rain tree, yeah.
it says it's a rare wild tree seed, but I don't know by like if they mean wild like the wild seeds where it could be like several stuff or just wild as in, that's in the wild.
Yeah.
Oh, Jay, you know what that is? But you don't know what hyperboles or similes are?
If I remember correctly, hyperbole is metaphors. We don't need the smallmouth bass anymore either. Okay, I cleared out a ton of room, and we can make the recycling machine now too.
Yeah, we probably have the materials for that.
Wood, stone, and iron bars. How much wood stone do we need? Oh, not a bunch.
I think we're done with the fish for this season, right?
Uh, it might just be the catfish. I think we already caught the catfish though. Oh,
We
the red
got the
snapper.
catfish.
No, yeah, the red snapper.
Is
That's
that
rainy
ocean?
weather, right?
Mm-hmm. And then the puffer fish.
That's summer, yeah, right now. But it's only in the mornings,
Yeah, like
I believe.
first thing in the morning.
I'll try doing the buffer fish. I'll leave before like watering the crops. Also, be careful. It's 1:30 a.m.
Ah, Kevin.
and
Hi, pilot.
Hi, sailor. I warmed your
oh,
bed for you.
Pilot, you were
I had,
staying with me.
I had a pile of trash in my hands too. I'm sorry. Look at that, 6K.
Nice.
I'm sorry. Maybe pilot needed to hang out with someone else for the night. Just one
Wow.
night though.
Wow. Oh, it's raining. I don't think you can catch a puffer fish when it's raining. Can you?
Sunny. So that
Ah,
I should.
means it's the red snapper time.
yeah.
Ooh, we have tomatoes.
Tomato.
What we could do is we can make another chest and put it down by the recycling bin, and that could be the trash chest. So we can move those out.
Sure. I got double on some of these, I think. I don't know why, but
It does that sometimes.
I think if you level up your
oh no
farming,
no no.
it gives you a chance to double. Maybe? I could be wrong.
I don't remember.
We need some of these actually. I don't need the hot peppers.
I put them all in the chest. Let me look at the chickens.
The preserve jars are done.
Yay. Hi,
Okay,
Hilda. Hi, Gretchen. Have you met Gretchen, Pilot? This is Gretchen.
Oh, hi, Gretchen. Hi, Hilda. I love these names.
hot pepper jelly. I bet you that's
Hot
banging.
pepper jelly.
Yeah, it doesn't pickle it. It actually makes a jelly.
Wow.
Is there hot pepper jelly in real life? Because that's.
Great
Huh.
question.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
Pickled peppers are good.
Hot pepper jelly.
I made hot honey mead once, actually.
Ooh. It's a real thing.
Hmm.
It it's like actual jelly but with hot peppers.
That's what it looks like. What
Probably
do you
something like
eat it
that.
on? What are they putting it on? What is this?
Okay. I don't have the stone for it, which is fine. I'm gonna go upgrade my axe so I can get through those hardwood things.
Alrighty. We
And then I
got
guess maybe I'll go down in the
a
mines.
secret woods too. I'm trying to get the red snapper. That was
Sweet.
pretty easy to get. We should be able to get it.
I think so. Where am I going?
Did we eat a tilapia?
I don't think so. Hold on. No, we have not. Tilapia is also ocean.
Alright, I got red mullet and tilapia.
Flint, I need you to upgrade my axe.
Flint is kind of annoying too.
That
Flint. Yeah.
poor awkward man.
He closes really early, but he opens late.
I think he opens at 9. He just closes at like 4.
I think he opens
Yeah.
at like 10.
Maybe he does.
Could be wrong.
Who knows?
Fishies.
Okay.
Ooh, tomato. Tomato.
Tomates.
Surprisingly got a lot of money.
Yeah.
We need a red snapper or a red mullet.
Red
Snapper.
snapper.
Oh
The
no, this is
snapper does not want
infested.
to come home.
Hello.
61 is infested, just so you know.
Okay. Good to know.
Hopefully it goes away. I ran
It probably
away.
will. It probably will reset.
Thank you for lurking, Luella.
Ooh. I'm gonna try this dagger. You say the dagger works pretty good,
I
so I'm gonna
like the
try the dagger.
daggers. They're faster. I'm not good at like timing it, so I prefer just being able to spam instead of having wider range.
Yeah.
Yay, I got the snapper. I think our ocean fish bundle is done now.
Oh my god, you can. I think it should be, yes.
Does the spa work much faster, or is it just me?
I think it does work faster than the bed.
That's amazing.
This dagger is insane.
I love the dagger.
Ooh, I got a jade. Sweet. Okay.
Also, don't forget to get your the oh, I forgot what it was. The plant the museum gives you. We gotta
Oh,
plant those in summer. Both of
or we
you
can
should
just
have.
save them for the greenhouse.
Oh yeah, we could do that too.
Yeah, I
Tyler
forget
probably
about
has a
it.
lot of stuff to claim.
Oh, probably. I'll head there now.
I think it
Or
might be mutual, actually. It's just hilarious, the speed.
I got seeds.
Nice.
Nice.
Extra seeds.
Ooh.
Willie. Oh, you're not gonna fish with me today, okay.
Thanks for lurking, Alexis. Hi, Mistia. How are you?
Hello. Do you guys have any games you dislike fishing in?
I don't think so.
I don't like it in Cult of the Lamb.
I've never played Cold of the Lamb, so I couldn't tell.
I don't like the fishing in that one. It lets you like skip it as an accessibility setting. So I just turned that on because I did not like it.
Mistia says she dislikes fishing in Twisted Wonderland. I haven't played it, but I did not know
I'm
it had
not
fishing.
either.
Just woke up. Good morning, Mistia. Oh no.
Oh no.
I guess I don't gravitate towards fishing in Genshin, but I don't even remember how the fishing goes in that game.
It's fun.
So I don't
I
remember.
spent an entire day fishing in Genshin once. Like I just
Really?
logged in, I fished for like 2 hours and then I left.
I know Nier has fishing in it, which seems interesting.
Nier? Like from the Nier Automata series?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
They sit on like a stool. They make a little stool and sit on it. I liked it in Okami to a point, and then in Sea of Thieves, it's also pretty decent. I like it in there too. I don't have any food.
I'm gonna have to submit an iridium tilapia because that's
It's
the only
fine.
one I have. There we go. We got warp totems.
You guys cool if I plant some melons that I just
Sure.
got from the museum? Awesome.
Yeah.
I can't do any more. Okay, fine. I'll leave.
I sold an oyster. If I had not sold that, we could have finished the crab pot bundle too.
Oh,
It's okay. We'll get more.
yeah.
Should I plant this star fruit too that I got from the museum?
You can, yeah. The top left corner is where the other star fruit is. You can put it in the spot next to it if you want to.
Yeah.
Top left corner. Oh, I see it.
I've come back
Oh,
for
Mimi,
a
I've been
lot of
meaning
fish.
to ask you.
Oh boy. When does Raiden come to Genshin? Like her rerun? Her rerun is in like a month and a half, I would want to say. She has a rerun next update, second phase. So like 1 month, month and a half, something like that.
I feel like we
Take
need
one
more
of
mayonnaise
these.
machines.
Mayo? I could make one. Wood, earth crystal, stone, copper bar. Oh wait, I
Missia
gotta...
says Raiden rerun should be in about 3 weeks. That's so soon.
3 weeks? Wait, when does the update come out? Don't we have like 2 weeks or so until the update, and then it's about 1 month for first phase? The
Missia says
update's
update is
sooner
on
than
Tuesday.
this Tuesday?
Mm.
Oh no. Oh no.
Well,
I'm gonna pull for Kazuha. I have a lot of wishes, but it's not guaranteed. I don't have enough to guarantee it.
You gotta earn those primos, Jay. 3 weeks. Hop on it.
If he like gets through all the nations, he would definitely have enough. I don't think he's even been to Inazuma yet. I'm excited for the new area. I miss exploring. I caught up and then I pretty much finished all the areas that already exist in the game. So I need them to come out with an update.
I'm glad you feel that way because for me, I'm like, there's too much to explore. Starting late, I'm like, there's so much to do.
Oh yeah, with Genshin, yeah.
It took me a while though. It took me like 6 months or so probably to catch up fully.
Bait maker. Ooh.
Got a lot of money.
Sonar bobber. That's what it is. That's the one that tells you the fish that you want. Mimi just got that.
I got it?
I saw it on your screen.
Huh?
Nice.
Like the recipe for it?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. Nice. I finally decided I want to catch pufferfish and now it keeps raining.
Right?
Yeah. It's like, thanks. We got hops. Okay.
Nice.
Do we want to leave the lemons or collect the lemons?
Um, do we know for sure if we need... Oh, there's a lightning strike. Do we know for sure if we need to leave them?
No.
Hold on. Let me look it up. Google!
We
Specifically the
do
wiki.
need a lot of them though, because they're part of the quality crops bundle, right?
Yeah. I'm hoping that...
Yeah.
Like jazz.
Hello, Jack. I almost called you Jazz. Hello, Jack. Thank you for you like Jazz. And you made it to 30 tulips. Oh my gosh. That's a lot.
Do the melons not get big?
I
I'm
forgot to
pretty
check
sure they
in.
do.
Oh. It is. But how do you...
Hi, Pilot.
Hello. While I'm here, here's a hydrate.
Thank you, Pilot.
Jack hit 30 on mine too. What the heck? Are they synced up? What a coincidence.
At the start of each day, every possible 3x3 grid has a 1% chance to grow into a giant crop as long as it's left, as long as the top left crop is fully grown and watered. So I'm guessing
I
that
don't
we
know what that
do.
means.
We do have to leave them.
Do you want to
So
leave
we
them
have,
or go for
yeah,
quality crops? We're leaving them? Okay.
I think we should leave them because I think based on these numbers, you actually get more for the giant crops. Like you get more out of
Alright.
them than you would normally.
Now watch Shrek? No. I'm not watching Shrek.
Um,
Take this to Gunther and then go back, get my mining stuff, head to the mines. I'm not watching Kung Fu Panda either. Uh, let's put this here. Oh, I got a little bear. It's not very little, but it's cute. Oh, sorry, Penny.
Oh, wrong house.
Alrighty. Me get my mining stuff. I don't know if I want my dagger or the bat. I'll take both.
Ooh, I just saw that. Did that just get a crop? No.
Oh, I forgot
Okay.
about the mushrooms.
I can go
I
get
did
them.
not check on them. Oh, alright. I will eat hot peppers because we have a lot of hot peppers.
Barney, Jazz, and Elliot.
Elliot might be at the bar tonight, but I'm not sure.
Ooh, thank you, thank you.
Those are either Fridays or sometime on the weekend, so.
Heck, who are
Guess
you
that was
aiming for?
Ew, that was kind of a gross sound putting that into the thing.
So did you put some in the machine?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Wait. Can you right click weapons
To block, yeah.
to block?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wait. Does it block? What is it? Oh my gosh.
I think for the most part it blocks. I don't know if it does anything different with the dagger.
It does different stuff with both the dagger and the bat. The bat, it slams it down, and the dagger just like spams
Oh.
it pretty much.
Maybe it's like a heavy attack then.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Apple turnovers are better. Jesus.
I
You know
don't
what
like
I like
either one of
better?
them.
Lemon meringue pie.
Me too. I love lemon meringue pie.
I was gonna get stuff to make some of it this weekend, but I was like, I probably shouldn't. Oops.
Both apple fritters and apple turnovers have cooked apples in them, so I don't like them.
Oh. Do you like raw apples instead?
Yeah, I don't like cooked fruit.
True. I think it depends on the fruit for me. Oh, now I
Hi.
know. Hello. I just went and picked the thing plate.
Yeah,
It's
I
okay.
have all the corals. Do you want
It
one?
has
I'll drop in the chest.
just you can put it in the chest or you can sell them. I've been
Okay.
selling them honestly. Unless we have an oyster, because I think an oyster is the last
We
one we
use
need
an
for that one little
oyster,
bundle.
yeah.
I do
We use
not
an
Yeah.
have that, but
oyster.
I have a sea urchin, which I haven't seen that often. I don't
Ooh.
know if we need that. Let me see.
That might go into a different bundle. I don't remember.
Oh, there's a
You know what?
chest.
My sweet tooth is kicking in now
Okay.
because of lemon meringue pie. So I'm gonna go get my candy.
Enjoy your candy.
Mhm.
Oh, please don't attack me. You have a question for me, Jack? Go ahead. You know what a synonym is? Yes, I do. I'm pretty sure
Thanks for the flex.
majority of fluent English speakers know that.
See, Jack. See.
Oh no, it's not gonna reset if I go here, right? Well,
Welcome
whatever.
back, Luella.
Haha. I am also now back.
Where were these guns when we were dying to cannibals yesterday?
I
Where are you seeing
Guns.
guns? What?
Guns.
mean, a gun would be really good against a cannibal.
Oh, you mean my muscles, Luella?
Oh.
Yeah. uh, those guns are extra meat for the cannibals yesterday, honestly. What do I want to do
Fish.
with my life? I'm just wandering.
Fish. No.
Fishing sounds good.
I think it's a good time to fish. I was in the
I just
mines,
lost
but
mine.
then I ran into an infested level, so I ran away. Also, I have a level 4 club if anyone wants it. I don't like clubs. It's the bat I've been talking about. Oh, ouch. They're too slow for my liking. If anyone likes it, you can have it.
That's what people call muscles. Gun. Yeah, but they don't say gun singular for muscles. Level
Look
4
this
boss.
gun. To be honest, when we were thinking about like your arm muscles that you flex and you call a gun, you technically have four of them because there's two muscles on each arm. Your bicep and your tricep, and then I think something else maybe too.
You're right.
So even if you're flexing one arm, you have more than one gun. So it would be guns.
I have so many guns. Also, is that a cat tank top? Yeah, it is. It was the only. So I couldn't find like a normal one, but I don't know if I want to find a normal one. I think the cat, like I said, kink. I tried to merge and get. I think the cat tank top is peak. It's amazing, and I love it
It
how
is
that's like
peak.
the only option I have.
Oh, this. What is the pink chest supposed to be?
Pink chest is like community center. Stuff we gotta send out
Community
to
center.
Gunther. What is this fish?
Oh.
I think I was trying to catch whatever. I think it was a sea cucumber, actually.
It might be a super sea cucumber. Those are hard.
Yeah, I think it was that.
How do you put stuff in the dresser?
You just click on it like a chest.
But there's no slots for it.
You just put it in there.
How?
You just click it, drag it in there.
Oh, oh, there we go.
Luella punched you, Sailor. Actually, I think Jack punched you a couple times too, but
Oh, oops.
you have a new rival.
That's okay. I will get revenge at some point.
Sorry about that, Sailor. I was aiming for Jack. Maybe you'll be forgiven.
It's okay. I've been pushed off the boat too.
I think Jack pushed me off a boat too, so I relate to that.
I think Jay pushed me off the boat, which is funny.
Oh.
I'm
Jack,
gonna
how are
try
you?
pufferfish.
I like how Jack's over here. Like maybe I'm too smart because synonyms are stupid.
Oh shoot, I've been
Aw.
at the beach for too long. It's 1 a.m. I gotta run, I gotta run, run, run.
Oh no, Pilot!
Ah!
Run, pilot, run!
Emily's still out. Emily! Let me sleep in your bed. Oh my gosh. Oh, actually, I might make it. I don't know. Who knows? Very barely. I might make it into Mimi's house.
Yeah, that'd be the best option to go for.
You got 10 minutes.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god.
No.
No, I'm on depth.
Well, let's go.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of mayo.
Holy shit.
Mayo is expensive.
Wow. I'm just your new dog, Mimi. I just sleep in the front porch. Just watching out for the house. Don't worry about it.
Ooh, my axe is ready. Sweet.
Oh my gosh, it costs $1,000.
There's a storm approaching, by the way. In game, not IRL.
Hmm.
There's a what?
Wait,
There's a storm approaching in game.
wait, what? How do you know that?
The TV.
Oh. Are you guys just throwing away trash or is there a recycling machine somewhere?
There is a
There is.
recycling machine at the bottom right corner of the thing, and I have a chest next to it too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you have
The
to
blueberries.
water the melons or is that dangerous?
You do have to water them, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna leave those because I don't trust myself with that.
I can water them.
I'll just water the other stuff.
Oh, there's a dead crop over here too.
Heck is my eternal rival. We fight to the death. That's amazing.
I love that. I enjoy having a rival. Keeps me on my toes. Then we play racing games and I just talk shit the entire time. All watered.
Okay, I'm gonna leave you guys to do
Mm.
the rest of this and try to get
Oops.
Pufferfish.
yeah, pufferfish.
Okay.
I don't know how to water without what do you call it? Picking things.
Do
Counting
you
on
want to
you for
know the
that.
trick?
What is it?
Actually, you keep your mouse away from your character, so your character's not taking the directional input of your mouse. So if you turn on the block or the thing that shows you what block you're selecting,
Uh-huh.
that little red square and stuff, and you have your mouse away from you, like in like one of the corners, whichever is most comfortable. I'd usually put mine in the bottom right corner.
Mhm.
And you turn your character around, you'll notice that that red block only follows what direction your character's actually facing. And that'll help you keep from picking them. As long as you're not pressing E too, I think, or X, whichever button it is.
Oh, how do you water while doing that? I don't know. Maybe I'm dumb.
I
Uh,
just follow the red X or the red square,
uh-huh.
and then I just go knit, 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 knit as I'm going down.
Do you guys know
Someday I will
when
understand.
pufferfish Like when it stops spawning.
6.
2? I think it's 2 p.m.
You?
Mm-hmm.
12 to 4.
12 to
Jack, how many times
4.
have you gotten? Oh, it's
Yeah.
4? Oh,
So it's
Okay.
not here yet.
No, not yet. You
I'll
have
look it
like
up.
40 minutes. Yeah.
Why
Haley.
do I remember it being like really early?
Also, the watering can should be your left click, and then harvesting will be your right click too.
I do the opposite. I do
If
left
that.
watering, right harvesting, but it's still like harvest for some reason sometimes.
Yeah. It's fine.
Hi, Violet.
Hi. I will assist this endeavor.
I'm trying to find my brain. I kind of lost it for a second. I need to go get my pickaxe. Watermelon. They're just
Yeah,
regular
you're in
melons.
trouble. Oh, okay. Hugging the bot makes up for it.
Did I get yeeted again?
Not recently. Oh, it didn't work? I think the bot just got overwhelmed.
Oh. Yay.
Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Okay.
Now we can get hardwood, just like
Yay!
Robin.
No! I missed a fish because I was trying to get the chest.
Oh.
Dodge.
Oh my gosh, Jack got you again, Sailor.
Oh. Well, I feel like Jack was my enemy from the beginning anyways.
This is true, it is true.
Only love, Jack. Only love.
Stop watching Sheesh. Poor Finley. Oh, I missed that one. So sad. We only have 1 hour left.
No, it's okay.
Pufferfish.
We shall return tomorrow.
Oh, I missed it.
What did I need to do?
Hi, Soren. Thank you. How are you?
I think I'm gonna go ahead and get that barn. I'm gonna finish my little setup thing that I was doing with it.
Hey,
I don't have the stone for it. Never mind. I'm not doing that.
we don't have a pufferfish today.
Just getting ready for work. Good luck at work. We got a tuna. Nice.
Tuna.
Nice.
Sweet.
Jeez, I need you to bite.
Oops.
I love fishing in Stardew. It's just so good.
So fun.
So relaxing. Okay. The barn field is now finally complete.
Yay!
Now we just need um enough stone to get the barn.
What was the first animal you can get for the barn?
I think a cow.
Fishies.
The sea jellies are so cute and I think they're new.
They're new, yeah.
Yeah, they are. They give you buffs too if you eat them.
Yeah, I saw that. That's really cool.
I'm gonna see if maybe I can get enough stone on the farm.
I'm punching everyone else though, and I'm just imagining me like in Party Animals button mashing the punch button, basically. Someday you'll
That
get Jack. I believe in you, Luella.
that would be me at some point, just mashing the punch button. Only for a little bit though. Okay. I'm just gonna look all nice and clean. All nice and perfect.
I'm gonna catch one more fish and then head back.
Awesome
That is
sauce.
not a fish. Okay. Was that Pilot, did you pick up the shells on your way?
Uh, the ones I saw, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't go out of my way though.
There's an oyster. I think
I
we
have
gotta
been
take
waiting to
that to the
find
community
an
center.
octopus. Thank you for the hydrate, Twilight. I'll do that right now.
I wonder if we can make a crab pot and just put it on our farm and still
We
get the same stuff.
can, but I feel like it'd be worse.
Like mostly trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I tried that before and it was mostly trash. But sometimes you would get stuff.
Yeah. I
It's
know on the river farm it's okay.
Thank you for the flex, Lucia. Oh, good, you were flexing behind them. I was worried you punched Sailor in the head.
Wow.
Sailor is safe.
Ooh, our
I am
preserved ours
safe because of
already.
Swole Pilot.
Yeah. Oh, the JoJo theme.
Oh, no, no, no. Don't eat the blueberry. I wanna look at the mushrooms.
That sounds scared. Oh, I'm sorry. Was it loud for you guys? Hopefully not.
I didn't hear anything.
Good, good. It is always so loud. I actually tried turning it down, Missia. I don't think it's working.
Pilot?
Hello.
You brought a fish today.
Yeah, his name's Gary.
Gary?
It's us and Gary today.
I love it. Um, it's okay, I get the cat.
Oh my gosh, my cat's waiting for food and I didn't see him. I'm so sorry.
Oh, oh.
No, he's just
Glowstone
looking at
ring.
me.
Mimi looks so small. Sailor looks normal, and then there's Pilot. Yeah, I am. It just gets bigger across my screen. There's tiny melting Mimi.
That's
Jack,
hilarious.
what are you doing with lunch break? Why? What's that command supposed to mean?
Time for lunch break, I guess. Oh.
It's raining again?
Yep. I told you there was a storm coming.
They don't want me to have a puffer fish.
We might be able to pick it up from the traveling
I
salesperson
want to
we
catch
never
it
go see.
myself.
True. It's supposed to be sunny tomorrow.
I don't believe it.
Well, I believe the TV.
Where are we putting food?
That last green, lighter green chest. The orange chest next to my house, we can put the hops in there.
Okay.
Because we
What
can
are
save those for when we have kegs. And then just have so much ale.
Yes. That sounds like the dream. What are these yellow things on the right here? I don't know if I've seen this fruit.
Yellow things?
Oh, is that the squash?
Oh,
That's
the
the
squash!
squash! I'm keeping
See the
those.
squash.
I'm putting them in the chest. They're now in the
Are they
chest.
these stuff?
Yeah, I just picked them.
Oh, there's one here.
Oh, nice. They look kind of like bananas.
It does look like a banana.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think
Brown banana.
the one thing I've done with squash before is I've made like boats out of them.
Oh, is it like, and then you like fill them with something and eat out of them?
Yeah, basically. You can eat the whole thing, but yeah. I think I did it with zucchini, which I guess zucchini is a kind of squash.
Mm, I love zucchini. I've only done the bowl thing with like spaghetti squash. That was really fun.
Yeah, it was very good. I should make it again, but I lost the recipe.
Oh no!
Do I have enough? I don't have enough stone yet. Ugh. Game, give it to me. I need another like 40 or like 60 stone.
We might get
Like,
it today. I'm back in the mines again.
Okay.
wait, you need to work on your aim.
Called out. Damn.
Ultimates let me hug someone I know. Jay, are you being creepy?
Oh, oops. That was a fishing pole, not an axe.
Mimi, do you know when Elliot leaves his house on rainy days?
I don't think he gets out until like afternoon when it's raining.
I see.
Normally he gets out around noon and then he's all over the place. So
He sleeps in.
oh
Uh,
no, I don't know how to kill you with a dagger. fine. We'll manage. Oh. I wish there was auto aim with the daggers, because I can't aim.
Jack, that backfired on you so bad. Jack typed punch Sonic, but it's random and only you can punch. And then it said that, or well, the name after punch is the puncher, and it said J punch Jack. So it's
Wow. You
that's
tried.
amazing.
You tried.
Poor Finley. You saying my full name is cursed? You're in trouble, Jay. J.O. Sonic.
Oh, no, 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 no. No, no.
Oh,
No.
I think I can actually get over to the forest now too. I think. Does this?
Yeah,
Oh
Nope.
probably.
yeah.
Nope. I need the one up of that. That particular log that's over there.
Hi. Okay.
Do we have enough iron to upgrade it?
We do.
Nice.
Frankly.
Oh my gosh, please die. This music is very calm. I am not calm.
I wonder.
Gosh.
I am not demure. I am not peaceful.
Gosh. Run. Eat this.
Okay, I think I might have gotten rid of all of the grass on the farm and all of the stone.
What's your favorite movie of all time that's not the B movie? I don't know. I don't
Oops.
know.
Wait, B movie's at top?
Yeah.
It's on top? That's not what I expected. Oh my goodness.
Okay, here's the thing. Like, I base it upon how many times I watched the movie. And I have watched B movie way too many times. And I can't think of anything else that I've watched that many times.
By that metric, I would have to say it would be Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for me, but it aged really bad.
For me, I think. Well, I only did it when I was like a little kid, like watch movies over and over, and I think it was Kiki's Delivery Service for me.
Oh, that was such a good movie.
It is. It's so chill. Lola asks if you like jazz, Mimi.
I do like jazz, thank you.
Do you like jazz?
I have a redeem for it.
Like jazz.
Thank you,
Wait,
Jack. Thank
is
you.
that a B movie reference? What? You got some new ideas to sleep on. What does that mean?
You got an upgrade. You got a level.
Oh.
I'm leaving the mines. I'm being bullied out of the mines. Okay.
Do you have 50 stone?
Oh, I forgot about that. No, I have 2 stone.
Oh, it's okay. I didn't expect you to actually like go for it. Like in the mines, I figured it would probably be a little passive, but it's fine.
I got 2 stone for you.
Thanks. I'll treasure them forever.
Uh, Can you recite the first 3 minutes of the B movie, but in French?
What
No.
is that
No,
kind of
I
request?
cannot.
Jack, what is up with your requests? Dude.
Oh, my cat's biting the door. Oh no. Wait, I gotta look at that. Hold on.
Yep.
Borderline's your favorite? That one's spooky, but that's good.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Honestly, Treasure Planet's like my ultimate fave.
That is a good one.
Love Treasure Planet. I forget how much cauliflower, like even basic cauliflower, refills your health.
Is it a
By like,
lot?
it's a lot.
Wow. What is this? Decorative pitchfork.
Yeah, I saw that in there. I was like, I don't know what this is.
Oh, I like randomly found it in my inventory. I don't know where I got it.
I think that goes on the wall.
Yeah.
Violet, where did you?
Probably in a box.
Oh, that's probably in your house because my house has one.
Oh.
Probably. Honestly, you're probably right because I was moving stuff around.
Ooh, there's a couple more pieces of tiny
10
stone.
p.m.
A
Nobody's
chub
gonna go
frenzy.
fish chub at 10 p.m.
I don't think we need a chub, actually. I think we actually completed all of the chub related requests.
That's like the most
Mhm.
common fish there already.
I think right now at this particular time of day, you're going to catch bream more than chub.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Can recite the B movie while also naming the famous KFC 11 herbs and spices? No, I cannot. I cannot do that.
Let me just have my husband talk about nuclear engines and it'll blow Jack's mind to the point that it probably short circuits for a couple days. Ooh, there's some worms. It's the first time I've seen worms in so long.
Oh, I smacked the mic again.
What did you get?
Oh no.
I don't know what that means, but I'm scared.
Oh, it's an artifact. Can I put it anywhere? I can't place it anywhere. I'm sad now. I got a chicken statue.
We got the chicken statue. You can pick it up from the museum.
I just dug one out of the ground.
Buddy Cozy House. I will never understand why we must have the TV on the floor. Good point.
Oh, it's like midnight. We not. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Boop-a-doo.
Bum-ba-da-ba-da.
I was out there having fun cleaning up the farm. You can have nuclear engines? Yes, there are nuclear powered submarines, Jack. My husband is a nuclear engineer that was stationed on one. There are nuclear power plants that have nuclear engines, I guess.
I feel like 1 or 2 more days, and then I think I gotta head off.
Sounds good. Popeyes is better. Yeah, I agree. Popeyes is way better than KFC. Probably my actual favorite fried chicken place.
Oh my god.
I got corn.
I guess nuclear engine is not the right word for it because it's actually it's a nuclear reactor. In reality, that's the actual name for it. My brain just sometimes says engine. But yes, we do have nuclear powered um, submarines as well as surface ships. And you find similar but probably larger scale reactors in the power plants that power some of the state's grid and other countries' grids. Um, we lost one of the star fruits.
Oh no.
Hmm.
Oh, what? Oh no. That
We
one was
also
ready
lost,
too.
yeah, we've
I
lost a
think I
couple.
was just too afraid to pick it. I didn't want to be the one.
Oh, and then the lightning got it.
Oh, so sad. Thank you for the hat. Or toggling the hat. Every time I hear Popeyes, I think of the Sailor Man. I can see that.
Popeye's the Sailor Man. When can we get Godzilla then? I don't know. You'd have to ask Japan about that. That's not my forte. Nuclear reactor, Madagascar 3 reference? No, reference to my husband's job. A reference to reality of possible power sources.
Thank you for the little guys, Jay. I love them.
They're great.
I love them. They're gonna take over the world someday. Oh, I didn't do anything on the farm. I didn't check the mushrooms or the chickens, so
I'll do it. I'm still here.
I'm heading straight for that puffer fish.
Oh, I found an oyster.
Pilot?
Hi.
Nice. We need that for the community center.
Yay.
Thank you,
Wait,
Jack,
we
for the
got
little
what?
guys.
An oyster.
Oyster.
Sweet. Heck yeah.
You know how disappointed I was when I saw a real spinach? It looked nothing like the canned cartoon ones. What? Wait.
Oh,
Is this related to Popeyes, the sailor? Canned
maybe?
spinach
Because he
cartoon.
like pulls out like a chunk of like
Oh. I see it.
yeah.
I looked it up. Yay, thank you for the raid.
Oh, welcome raiders.
Welcome.
Welcome, welcome. Vera, welcome in. How are you? Let me give you a shout out. Vera Kisaragi. Let me give it. How was your stream? You're playing Among Us? How was that? Let me see. So I am Pilot. Sorry, I'm just making sure this shout out goes out. And wait, let me also deafen myself really quick. Oh, thank you.
You know what? I'm going to the mines.
I'm looking for that puffer fish.
You'll find it, I believe. Oh, you know what? I know a good place to get stone too. Is up here by the thing,
Thing?
the spa.
Oh, right.
It's not a ton, but it's some. We had a train drive by too. We didn't even come up here and check.
Oh.
It doesn't toss much, to be honest.
I think it only tosses, like, useful stuff if you hit it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot the witch was up here too.
The witch?
Yeah. The wizard's ex-wife.
What?
Oh,
Wait, I don't know about that.
that's
I
not
want
an
to
update
learn
thing
about
either.
that.
I've never done it. But I've seen people talk about it. Behind the train station, not at the stairs, but on the other side, you'll see this really weird green stone with feet that takes you to the
Okay.
witch's like little hut thing.
Do I
And
just
so
walk up to it?
I don't remember what you have to do to unlock it, actually.
I'm gonna go check that out.
It's really hard, I think, to like get into there. But then whenever you get to the hut, that's where you can get rid of your children.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I know that part.
Yeah. It's that place. I think I'm gonna grind stone on like the first
We got the
few.
pufferfish.
We got it? Hell heck yeah.
We go on a witch hunt. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't worry, we're going. We're going. Let me see what this stone thing is. I'll drop the pufferfish on my way.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Hello, community center.
Ooh, that was fast. Sweet.
Oh wait, wrong place. We gotta go here. Ocean fish? Specialty fish. Nice.
Yay.
Okay, which time? Let's see.
I wish I knew how to actually get in there.
I'll Google it. I'm curious. It says right corner, right?
Yep. Top
Where are
right.
you guys trying to get in?
She's gonna go look at the witch hut's green stone with feet.
Oh,
What do I do? Okay, wait. We're Googling that. We're Googling that. I have never seen that before.
I think you can go in there and you catch for that missing um bundle that I think you get after you get rid of Joja. I think it calls for a void fish that can only be caught there.
Maybe. I'll look it up. I'll look. There's a squishy emote that's like the little guys. Oh my gosh, that's my first time seeing it. I love it. I love it so much.
Oh.
we have crab pots. We got 3 of them.
Sweet.
Yay!
Where do you guys think I should put them?
Probably at the ocean would probably be best, and then we'll just pick them up whenever we
Sounds good.
get there. Yeah.
Oh, mixed flower seeds.
I
That
did
hell
looks
plant
yeah.
one.
fancy.
You're welcome to plant the other one though. Oh, she's playing her flute. Do you like spice berries because you're spicy, Sebastian?
Hi, Shadow. Hi, Sun. How are you? Oh my gosh.
Is there anything around here? No. I'm gonna fish at the river, even though I know that there's nothing in the river. Hi, Pilot.
That's okay.
I forgot I was gonna put crab pots down at the beach. So I gotta do that.
Okay, go faster. There you go. Oh, hi, Leia.
I hate Sebastian. What does Sebastian do to you? I mean, he's not really my type either, but I don't hate him.
I have enough for the barn finally.
Nice.
And I think I am just gonna go ahead and put the sword up.
I
Grind
have
for
two
some.
targets, and they both evade me. Who are you trying to punch, Jack?
Probably Jay. And then someone else.
Okay, I'm gonna go back after this fish and look up that witch hut thing. Go, 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 go.
Thank you for lurking, Shadow. Have fun with your wife.
Mm.
George looks like Gargamel from the Smurfs. I haven't seen that. But I believe you.
And not blue.
Let's go to bed and then let me Google as a witch hut.
Yep.
Stardew witch hut. The Dark Talisman quest. Oh, Talisman quest. How do I get that?
I have no idea. But I am definitely interested in actually doing it. Oh.
The wizard requirement. Speak to Krobus. Then venture through the mutant bug lair.
Hmm.
We need Krobus, I think. That's it. We just need Krobus.
I don't even remember how you even get Krobus.
I don't remember either. I think it just happens randomly.
You get a
Some point.
key.
Yeah, you get a key for it. I've unlocked it before, so it can't be like that hard to do.
Yeah. I've unlocked them before too. I just don't remember how.
Yeah, me neither. Could it be a bundle, maybe?
Maybe? Maybe. I know there's a key involved. Either it's a bundle or it's something to do with the museum.
Might be the museum too, yeah. I think it might be the museum. You need to like donate a specific amount of items, and then you get the key.
Yeah. Because Vincent
Oh, we
and
got
Jazz
a
are like, I
cheese
don't know what's down
press.
there.
Oh, we got the quality sprinkler too.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
Finally. Ah, finally. I think we need iridium for those two.
Jack, that's a D's
Oh,
nuts joke. I'm not falling for it.
all right, this is my last day, I think, and then I'll head to bed. Oh, you brought Gary again.
Yeah. I'm quite attached to him.
Oh, yeah, he's great. Gary's great.
Oh.
Yeah, look at his pretty green spots. He's wonderful.
Gary. Great name. I love it.
Okay.
Can I put museum stuff in the pink chest too?
Yeah.
Cool.
When are these preserve jars gonna be done?
They were done, and then I put blueberries in them. I don't
Oh,
know if
okay.
they got done after that.
I don't know.
I took out some pepper jelly and put in some blueberries.
Oh, oops.
I made
It's
a
okay.
mistake.
Weren't any of those gold quality?
I just got a normal quality one.
Aw. I'm hoping we get some gold quality ones, because I hate the quality crops thing.
Did I
Oh
put a new
yeah.
melon there? I think we have some melon seeds.
We might.
Yeah, there's melons in the bottom row too, right here. Like all of these are melons.
Actually, I don't think we have any more melon seeds. That was a lie.
It's okay. I'm not worried about it. We have a few chances to actually get it.
Lava thin.
Quality sprinkler does
Welcome.
not need iridium. It's just iron, gold, and quartz.
Oh, okay. Then cool. I think
I
there is
got the
iridium
cheese
sprinklers
press
though
for when
too.
we get the cows.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are iridium sprinklers. Those are better.
Yeah.
Lava thin, why are you flexing while crying? What's wrong?
Mm. Okay, it's barn time. It is barn time,
Finally.
ladies.
Finally.
I will literally stalk Robin's door. She better be there. Because it's Wednesday, and sometimes she wants to act squirrely on some days.
Yeah, sometimes she goes to like the yoga class or something, right?
Yeah,
The
she
gym class.
does. I'm gonna go to Gunther first and then go back to mining because I got the buffer fish.
I was about to say, watch her not be there. Oh, the preserve jars are done.
Nice. Oh, the chickens! I forgot the chickens.
The barn is being constructed.
Nice.
Yay!
Heck yeah. Then we can go track
Going
down the
back.
elusive Marnie.
Here, chickens. How are you doing, little guys?
I'm gonna do one
Oh,
other
oops.
thing, and I think that's gonna be upgrading my axe. Or not my axe, my pickaxe.
Oh.
Slimes, where are you? Ah, there you
Hi,
are.
Sailor.
Hello!
I didn't pick up the jams.
I got it. What do you want me to put in it?
The jam?
Yeah. Do you want more blueberries, or you want to...
Oh, I want to put blueberries in, yeah, because we're gonna have a lot of blueberries.
Oops.
I thought you were saying where to like put the jams that are ready, and I got
I,
scared for a second because I've just been selling everything we get from the preserve jars.
I don't think we really need to do anything with them. I think we can just sell them.
Yeah.
Gooey. Have you guys seen the description for the carrots?
The carrots? No.
What's the description?
A fast-growing, colorful tuber that makes for a great snack.
Cooper.
Yep. Okay. Um, I need to go track down Clint. Barn time, hell yeah.
Heck yeah.
I with braids. Are you trying to say that you're all right with braids, Jack?
See, what do we have in the mines today? Ladder. Wait, is somebody else in the mines?
Oh yeah, I'm on 67.
Oh, okay, yeah, makes sense. That floor was a little too peaceful.
Upgrade tools. Copper pickaxe. Please and thank you.
Hey, stop, stop. Oh, I can hear Pilot somewhere.
Ah.
There she is.
Yeah, I'm trying to kill my 10 slimes. Oh.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh god. Bat, come here.
This is a scary, scary place. Maybe I'll go around for that guy. I feel like I can.
Ooh,
Ooh.
we could donate that.
Ow.
Jay has another question. What's your question, Jay?
Oh boy. Here we go again. I got a ladder towards the right.
Does your Arlecchino plushie blink?
Yes,
Arlecchino?
my Arlecchino plushie does blink. She's not
Nice.
rigged though. She's like a PNG. She's not a
Um,
PNG technically. She's a GIF, but technically the file is a PNG, but that's because of how VTube Studio is set up.
I mean, it works.
Yeah, you gotta like upload the images individually, not as a GIF, and like put them in a folder, and then it manually like scrolls through them.
Do we have a frozen tier somewhere?
We should, I think.
I feel like we do.
Oh, there's a ladder towards the middle, I think.
No? Thanks.
Ooh, a lot of iron.
Whoa. I am here for moral support because I have no energy. I cleared the
Oh,
way. Oh, there's
you
a
got
ladder.
a ladder, yeah. I was a
Look
torch for
at you.
Sailor at some point. She was doing all the mining, and I was just walking around with a torch.
You were a fantastic human torch.
Thank you. I did my best.
It got us through the dark levels, so I'll take it because we still don't have glow rings.
Oh, oh no, oh, we made it to 70.
Yay!
But
Nice.
there's the skeleton guys here, and they're scary.
Oh.
I don't think the sword uses energy. I think it
No.
functions the same way as the scythe, where it doesn't use energy. So you should
Yeah.
still be able to
Yeah.
fight.
Right.
Gotta get out. Gotta get out of here.
Don't kill me. Don't kill me.
Boiler room done.
Oh wait, there's stuff at every
You know
10th
what?
level
I'm
too?
leaving.
I've been just picking up stuff every
Yeah, every 10th.
nice. I'm gonna throw
Oh, I got a whole
that one.
cutscene.
Oh?
There's a whole cutscene for that.
Hi Kizo. How's Stardew Valley? It's going good. This is my first time dropping in with Mimi and Sailor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's been a blast already.
Yeah. This has been in the makings for a really long time, I think. Well, you guys had 2 sessions before me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
We planned it way back.
Yeah. Just on a whim. Like, sure,
Yeah.
let's do this.
I think I'm going after Haley. I'm a Haley simp.
Go for it.
We ran out
I
of
appreciate
space
the
in
support.
the... What is this? The mining chest.
Okay. We get rid of those swords. The dwarven. A lot of these things can just be kind of sold. That's why. Oops.
I've left
Oops.
finances to Sailor. I just plop things in a chest.
Same.
Oh wait, the chickens.
Uh, yeah.
Oh, we have so many frozen tears.
No, we should, because I picked up a lot of them.
You need jade by any chance? I just picked up one.
I don't. Not that I can
Awesome.
think of.
So cool. Pilot, will you stop blocking me from hitting my targets? I feel like you hit everyone in this chat, Jack. I don't know who you're going for.
Mm,
I'll put Gary away for once.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I was sitting in front
Gary!
of that thing for a really long time.
You're good.
Okay, that should clear out some space.
Ooh,
We're gonna
what is
eventually need
that?
more chests as we get bigger, anyways.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh.
New boots, new rings.
And once we get like a couple more
What is
bat
this?
wings and stuff and slimes, we can turn those into the community center. And then we can just sell all
Yeah.
those too.
We do have 99 now.
Sweet.
Ooh,
We'll do that
of
next time.
what? The wings?
Yeah, the wings.
Ooh,
Oh,
nice.
Yay.
the cat is here too. Oh my gosh.
Yay!
Oh. So cute.
Ooh,
We got the mine carts.
nice. Those are so useful.
Thank you, finishing boiler room. Haha.
It's a good place to end off today's stream. I'm happy with today's progress.
Yeah,
Same.
we had some great progress.
Ooh, made a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
I have to go prepare for a trip, so I have to go, but I hope you guys have a good rest of the stream. Bye, Grandma Pilot, Auntie Mimi, and Sailor. Bye, Jay. Have
Bye,
a good trip.
Jay.
It sounds like we might end pretty soon too, so that's actually perfect timing,
Yeah,
Jay.
I think I'm done for today. My brain is not working anymore. I am very sleepy.
I feel that.
Sleep
Time for some
well.
rest.
I'll
I'm just
tuck you
gonna.
in
There
and
we go.
Stardew, and we
Thank
can
you. Thank you,
pretend we're stuck
pilot.
in. We're tucking Mimi in.
Oh.
Good lullaby, baby. I don't know how the
Thank
rest of
you.
the song goes. Poggers the Mayo carries. It really does, Kizo.
Thank you, Jay. I hope you have a good rest of your day. I'm gonna switch over to my talking screen.
Oh,
And
that's
you
a good
guys should
idea.
be there. Oh yeah, you are here, but it's you know what? It's okay. It's fine.
Oh.
You guys are huge. Hold on. There you are.
Thank you, Jack. I'll try not to.
Right here.
I can make people bigger. Make the screens bigger.
Okay. Doggy stream. Thank you, Jack. I appreciate that. Wait, did I quit? Am I still in Discord?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It was just so quiet. I was like, shoot, did I have that makes
We're all setting stuff up.
Alrighty. Mimi, do you
Double
have
rate?
anyone
Invite
in mind?
everyone.
Yeah,
It
thank
doesn't
you.
look like there's anyone that I know very well that's streaming, so if you have anyone, we can go over there.
Let's see. Oh, I was about to say Mimi, but then you're here.
Let's raid me.
Yeah.
Raid drain.
Ooh, I don't. Oh, maybe I can raid Sunny. Yeah,
Mm.
I will put her in the Discord.
Okay.
Sunny.
Where is... There it is. Okay. Let's hope I do this right.
Yeah, there's the sub raid message and also the normal raid message, the one with plain. So feel free to use whichever one you guys feel like.
There we go. Alright, I made a raid message too. I keep forgetting about that. Let me let me drop that here too. We've got both the one with the emotes and the one with the tulips. You guys can use whichever one you want. Thank you for coming by, everybody, and thank you, Sailor and Pilot, for playing with
Yeah.
me again today.
It was a great
It was a
time.
blast. Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
Yeah.
Of course. Alright, my raid is
Until
ready
next
to
week.
go. Whenever.
All right. I am setting it up because I'm unprepared, but I will be ready in 3 seconds. All right. I'm ready whenever you are too. Bye everyone. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, bye everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.